Break a sweat. IcklePickle on stars with Tombi by your side. Cockney wit and laughter worldwide. Hanayama stopping the kaiju supreme. Germany meets Japan and Godzilla queen. He's the mighty Green Ranger, hero to all. Swoops in daily, answering the call. Misfits united, we're hilarious blend. Discussing the chaos right to the end. So grab a pint, pull up a seat. The Hump Day Chin, watch a Wednesday treat. We'll chat, we'll rant, and we'll laugh till we fall. Midweek madness for one and all. It's the Hump Day Chin way. We're having a ball. From TV to gaming, we're covering it all. A cruise so wild, you'll never forget. With jokes so sharp, you'll break a sweat. From Brits to Yanks and Germans too, this quirky crew's got laughs for you. We're breaking the news and breaking the mold. The Hump Day Chin Wanker's comedy gold. Break a sweat. From Brits to Yanks and Germans too. This quirky crew's got laughs for you. We're breaking the news and breaking the mold. The Hump Day Chin Wanker's comedy gold.
Rated R for retarded.
What's up, guys? Me and Yeti finally landed in Israel for vacation. This place is really nice. I don't know what they're celebrating, but they have these really realistic fireworks going off. Guys, those were not fucking fireworks. They're dropping bombs. What the hell is happening? I just wanted to meet some huzz. This is Gerald. Found him lost in the woods, and now I can't imagine life without him. We're like two peas in a pod. So Gerald had to, well, you know, but he lived his best life. Today we're making herb-crusted lamb chops. What's up, you fucking liberal sissies? I'm back with Fuckface McGee, and today we're gonna be trying some booger sugar, some nose candy. Hey, HH, I have no idea what's happening right now. Grandpa Yetiel's fully possessed. We're frickin' flying, boys. All those city boys sipping their Starbucks while we're out here snorting ice off the earth. I swear to God, the fire just talked to me. And look at Yeti. Today, boys, we're gonna be going to a human party. They say the host name is the Diddler. Not sure what type of name that is, but this should be a blast.
All right, I just arrived. Not sure why they have so many bottles of baby oil stacked up. Must have some sort of slip and slide going on.
I tried to run, but there was just too much oil. One of the dude grabbed me and told me he was going to make me scream and cream, and now my butt is numb and my jaw is locked.
Yes, my family. Rasta monkey back to spread wisdom upon the people. Me go and drop life lessons upon you like the ripe coconut drop from the tree. If she only texts you when she hungry, brother, you're not a man, you're a meal plan.
And good afternoon, good evening. Who have we not got on? Let's add the boobs onto the scene that are not there. Good to see you, ladies and gents. We're back for episode 59 of the Hump Day Chinwag. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. My God, it was a bit of a struggle going live. After 42 different attempts, the computer finally said yes, and we were able to join. So thank you very much indeed for sticking with us. And especially for those that were watching on the old links, thank you very much indeed for jumping across onto the new ones. We are live on YouTube, Rumble, Kick, Twitter, Twitch, and all of the other different places as well. And as usual, what we're going to do is we're going to go around the room, see how everybody's been doing, what everybody's been up to. I'm just going to rearrange the peeps. I'm going to put our guests down with me, and then we'll bounce around. Hanayama, how you doing?
Oh, I can't complain so far. The urge to just dip and play the new update that just dropped today was like the urge was there, but we have standards here. At least some people try to. And
what are those?
Yeah, I said some people, not all of us. Calm yourself, woman.
Mm-hmm.
No, but outside of that, it's been the usual business.
No, good to see you, mate. Obviously, Jack's going to be back in a minute. I'm going to move Jack down. Yanni, how you doing?
Oh shit! I got promoted. Woo! I'm doing all right. Fuck. I'm going off now.
What are you working on?
I'm working on making a beanie. I figured I have a bunch of yarn that I need to use up, and so I'm gonna make hats, and then I'll figure out later what to do with them. So if anybody's a knitter, this is a provisional cast on.
A knitter.
Knitter.
Yes.
Knitter, as in
yes.
My knitters.
Wait.
Yes. My knitters. But it's good to see you, Yanni. Thank you very much indeed for joining. Jack's
very
back.
Excited.
Good. Hopefully Jack remains stable and he can hear us. Greg, how you doing, brother?
I'm good. I've had just been a hell of a week, to be honest. Family here from the Netherlands. I've got had my dad's 95th birthday, which I've been planning for a while, and that went off really well. So gathering of the clans. Oh, we've lost Jack again.
You took your 90-year-old dad to the gathering of the clans? What the
95.
fuck?
95.
Yeah. The clans part wasn't the odd bit of it.
He was elected Grand Wizard.
Yeah.
No.
Not really.
Life's ambition achieved, I guess.
But yeah. So yeah, I've been just really busy. Oh, and not only that, but obviously the shower broke as soon as people arrived and needed to be replaced.
Oh no!
Of course.
And you fixed it yourself, yes?
Yeah, I told my brother it needed fixing, and I drove him to B&Q, and he bought the shower and brought it back, and I drove him back, and then he fixed it.
Is your brother a plumber?
No.
Or electrician?
No.
So what are you doing then? Too many fucking moving parts. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm going to electrocute myself. Look, my understanding of electricity is a tunnel with lots of fire-carrying goblins passing torches down the line in a sort of chain. That's my understanding of electricity. So you don't want me anywhere near a plug.
Yeah, but the only thing you got wrong, the analogy was spot on. The only thing that you got wrong is that they are invisible.
No, not in my
yeah,
I have taken a lot of acid.
I'm half imagining your dad, 95-year-old, tripping on fucking acid now.
No, I've got a good story about something like that because he used to be a teacher in my high school. So he was teacher there before I was born, and then I went up through, and he ended up. I ended up at school, but he left going to my junior school and taught me on the way up. So we swapped schools. But when he was at the high school, he was the gardener and the rural science teacher, and he just did flower borders and stuff like that. And then the headmaster asked him to do like a floral display inside the entrance hall. And at the time, he had a bunch of plants that were grown out of the chicken seed and stuff, and a few hemp plants had sprouted, and it was a good ornamental foliage plant. That waste not, want not, and put about six or eight cannabis plants at the back of this display in the school lobby. And then the headmaster had the local Bobby come in to address the news. Like, just a quick question: who did the displays? Oh, that'd be Mr. Phillips down class 10. Pop down there and just a quiet word, sir.
Nice.
just really quick.
Yeah. So
and he got fired on the spot.
No, they just fed it to the.
Oh, Rick in chat is saying that me and Yanni are really hot. Well, thanks very much for that, Rick.
You said like
I'm feeling very uncomfortable at the moment.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway,
let me just
stories of my dad.
Amazing.
There we go.
Well, what's worse, Yanni, is he referenced me first and then said, "You're as hot as Abe."
Oh wow.
Oh.
I've seen Abe. There's a
I'm
lot
sure
of
it's got nothing to do with the microphones.
I'm sure.
Not at all.
Ape stonks.
There you go, Kenzo. Abe sounds so hot. Well, yeah, thanks, Kenzo. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You should see his moves on the dance floor in that outfit. Skin tight green.
What, the Hooters outfit?
No, it was the.
He's not a trans TikToker. Come on.
It was the Green Ranger outfit that I danced with. Definitely not Ryan Kinnell.
Or his friend.
Absolutely.
Or his friend. How you doing, Paul? It's good to see you.
I am doing fantastic. It was my birthday last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Get out.
Yup.
How old were you?
I am an old person now. No, I'm 37 now, so I'm still pretty young.
You're still a baby, mate.
Get back to
I've
me
been
in
saying
20 years.
I mean, Greg's almost 60.
Fuck off.
Million. 60 million.
Yeah, 60 million.
And the thing is that that's not untrue either. Greg is almost 60. He's looking forward to it.
I've been saying that I'm 40.
My older brother's retiring this year.
I'm sorry, he's retarded?
Retiring, not retiring.
That's a
Close
Blade Daredevil fucking
Deadpool
Deadpool joke.
Oh. I've never seen that movie. Sorry, I thought he said retarded. I'm sorry.
You should watch it. I actually did enjoy it. It was actually acceptable as a film.
The Deadpool movie, Wolverine.
Yep. Yeah.
I do have to check that out. I did see like clips and stuff, and I laughed.
People, bear in mind, Paul hates Rocky.
I hate Rocky.
What?
He hates it.
Okay, banned.
All right, watch Rocky with me and
fuck off.
No one can hear you, Paul.
Get the fuck out of here.
No one can hear you scream in the void.
Watch Rocky with me and realize how retarded Sylvester Stallone is in that movie. All right, that's all I'm saying.
That.
Well, he's getting
Well, then why is everybody praise this like this is a great movie? We're all laughing at a retarded guy.
How many Rockies is there? There's like fucking 17 million of them, and he's face punched in. He's fairly retarded.
Of course he's yes. So then why are we cheering on a retarded man? We should be
Because
saying
he wins. He's a retard who wins against the Russians.
We should be putting them out of their misery. Why are we letting this retard walk around, make decisions?
God
at this point, we need to put you out of your misery, motherfucker.
Mark, you were going to say?
I'm saying that in the original movie, he doesn't win.
Yeah, correct.
So see, retard loses, and people praise that movie.
Yeah,
God damn it.
But he goes the distance against like the heavyweight champion.
He goes the distance to being dumber than ever.
Oh, it's a boxing term that means you make it to like all 12 rounds.
All 12 rounds, right?
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's people were saying. They're like,
becomes a winner.
We like him because he gets his face punched. You know what? I hate the fighting scenes in that movie too. In the original Rocky, it looks so fake. And for Rocky's just for like 5 straight minutes, just going.
The only thing I will say is the advent of 4K has ruined certain films for me because you can see how bad certain things are. But Rocky is still one of those things that I used to watch with my granddad when I was little. We'd watch Rocky, Rocky 2, 3, Go Into Commando, Aliens, Predator. The fact that I was 6 years old watching freaking Commando was irrelevant at the time. Great.
Rocky
Set
1
you up for your career really well.
2's pretty good. 3's great. 4 is ridiculous, but it's funny. And 5 you can kind of skip.
Yeah, 5 we can just ignore.
6 is pretty good though, even though the premise of it is kind of ridiculous. But there's some good character stuff in it.
Yeah.
I just so the reason I don't hate Rocky is just that I found it more to be a comedy than like a serious movie. I laughed a lot more than I should have in that movie. So
So we're to characterize this as a movie as the bloke that's retarded who gets
getting his
beaten,
face punched
and you're
in.
just sat there laughing your ass off.
Okay, but
damn it.
now, Paul, I have a question. Have you tried watching that movie not stoned as a motherfucker?
Nah, I haven't
Go
watched
eat a
any
pickle,
movie
Paul.
not stoned since
Go eat a pickle.
2009.
Fucking hell. Anyway, we only asked how you were.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so I saw.
God.
What are you drinking?
I saw Queens of the Stone Age on Saturday. That's all I have to say.
What you drinking?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Pickle juice.
Definitely.
Protein powder, baby. Protein chocolate milk. Because I forgot breakfast.
Is it bull protein?
Bull protein?
Yes, it is. Abe, how you doing?
I'm not bad. I think I've just got a lot of stuff out of my system just now. I'm a lot better.
Come on, some young guy.
Yeah.
The cream of some young guy, so he goes in and swings some more. You fucking dirty bastard. Right, I'm gonna drop Jack off because I think Jack's having issues.
Yeah.
For
I don't
now.
think he's coming back.
Jack who off?
Yes, you heard me.
Mm-hmm.
You heard me. But Abe, what have you been up to? Anything interesting over the last... When did I see you last? 24 hours ago?
Probably.
Marvel Rivals.
I don't know.
You've been busy
just
setting
living...
stuff up on your channel, haven't you?
Yeah.
Rumble?
I sort of live in an endless blur now, so days and time don't really mean anything to me.
See, this is why I stopped streaming. It was just a lot of effort.
Well, I've got nothing else better to do, so...
I mean, this is the other thing. It is a case of when you don't have anything else to do, you've at least got an avenue to output something.
Yeah.
Instead of sitting on your fucking ass and getting a numb arm. How is your arm, by the way?
It's numb. I'm going to the doctor's for Friday.
You're going to the doctor's Friday?
Yeah.
Okay.
My appointment. I'm going to go.
Yeah, mine's really numb, but for other reasons.
Yeah. Sitting on your hand.
It's all that
time. It does
time.
feel like I've been sitting on my hand for 10 months.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's the most severe gaming-related injury I've ever come across. 10 months from playing Conan.
Well, this is the thing. If you play Conan too long, you're going to end up with issues.
Yeah.
Carpal Tunnel and Gudgeon's Tunnel and everything else in between.
All the tunnels. I've got all of them.
Greg, I'm now, I think, 2 or 3 ascensions away from having all of them.
Really? Holy
Yeah.
shit, you've been going.
And I still can't beat any of the bosses on my own. I've got fucking a mere zealots as thralls. I've got all the best weapons and armor.
What, you mean the Underdark bosses?
Oh no, they're a piece of piss.
Okay, so I'm not responsible for them. That's
Anyway, Conan sucks. Massive donkey dick. Play June instead because it's better.
I want to play Conan.
I'm going to finish my ascensions, and then I'll start playing June.
I thought you were talking about the movie, and I was going to start arguing again for another 80 minutes.
I've got a Conan server for people to play on it, Conan XLs.
Ooh.
So,
yeah, join us, Mark.
The original, or should I say the 1984, was it? The first one?
Conan?
Age of Conan?
No, June.
Oh.
Dune, yeah. I mean, like it's weird, but you know, I watched that movie a lot when I was a kid, and I
never really liked the book.
David Lynch.
David Lynch.
I like David
Rest
Lynch.
in peace.
Patrick
Yeah.
Stewart.
I keep forgetting he's gone.
Patrick
Patrick
Stewart.
Stewart?
No, Patrick
No,
Stewart's
David
David
Lynch.
Lynch.
Yeah, yeah.
is-
David Lynch. Like
yeah.
he's the kind of mental bastard you just thought would live forever.
I mean, he's had like lung cancer for like over a decade at this point, and so I mean, or was it? It was chronic emphysema, I think it was. Yeah, and he never stopped smoking the entire time.
He literally didn't give a shit about it. He was like, my lungs are already fucked. I'm just going to carry on smoking. It's like badass.
Yeah, he must have thought, tits to it. I'm invincible for now.
Yeah.
And then
I don't think he did. I think he just like didn't. He was like, oh, I'm going to die at some point, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll just do what I want.
It's just acceptance at that point. Just becomes
Tits
acceptance.
to it. I like that. I'm gonna
But
start saying
Tits
that.
to it.
We do have, ladies and gents, as you can tell, we do have a special guest with us. So, Mark, how you doing, sir? Thank you very much indeed for joining.
Hello. Like I said,
Oh.
that was the time I was going to say it.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I got a bunch of injections in my leg today, which is why I was home on time for this. But yeah, so I've been rolling around in a wheelchair, so not the best time to be me, but you know, it's get to spend some time with the puppies and watch some anime.
Yeah,
As you should.
always the best way. And the plot, I do believe, it's just joined. Literally perfect timing.
Hey.
Nick.
Hello.
Hello, sir. How you doing?
Other than just trying to figure out why EV Mux will not load my background, I'm doing great.
Let me sort that out for you. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, it's been a good week so far. You know, I've just been enjoying my time gathering notes, sifting through brain dysfunction after watching the first 3 episodes of Ironheart. Yeah.
Oh, mate. Mate.
Tombi, can you turn him up? He's a little quiet.
I can turn him on. He's as loud as it will go in EV Mux.
Okay, cool.
I can turn my let me. Yeah.
Crank yourself up a little bit. Crank yourself off a little bit.
Cranking up. How's that sound? A little bit better.
Crank it off. Crank it out. Do
Still
more.
kind of quiet.
I don't think it changed.
No,
It didn't
exactly the
change.
same.
Did it change?
We've all changed.
Yeah,
It's fine. I'm an audio asshole, so if I hear someone too quiet, I'm speaking up. But you're legible. We can hear you.
Good to have
Don't want
an
to stop the.
I've sorted out my OCD. Now we've got 4 people with webcams on the outside. We've got the specials together down below.
All is balance.
Now let's fix my OCD and make the audio good. No.
Make the audio great again?
Make audio great again.
Maybe.
Nice.
No, but-
Make audio great again. Nice.
That's
And now I'm
that's a
gonna
good
make
one.
it shit on purpose.
I can do that.
God damn it.
Oh
Say,
God,
I don't
what's
mind
Greg
turning my
gonna
camera
do?
on, but it'll just be a green screen.
Get
if
yourself
my
some
background
vinyl,
doesn't
mate.
load.
There we go.
What you got?
I have that
Porcupine
vinyl too. That's a great album.
Okay. Thanks for sharing.
Making audio great again.
Cool.
Come
That's
to my
right.
house and listen to my stereo. It fucking rocks.
Yeah. I'm flying out there now.
You're welcome.
Booking a plane.
So for a solid 26 minutes so far, let's say hello to the chat. We got Rick over in Rumble who says first. Thank you very much indeed. Thanks for joining.
You get the first one of these then.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Roadkill, holy shit, I'm early. Hail Rick second. Thank you very much indeed for joining as well.
You also get one of these. The first 3 get one of these.
The
Davey verse.
Yep.
Davey verse
The
has
new
come
leader of
in.
Iran.
I stand by it. You're late and gay.
Hello, you can.
Yeah.
Hello, you can't.
There you go.
Steve says, who broke the internet? Well, it wasn't our fault. We tried going live. It failed. It fell over. It kicked me out of EV Mux. 15 attempts later, it finally let us through. And Jack, sadly, hasn't been back since. He's like, nope, done. He's broken.
Jack's off.
I'm done with you
Emus.
guys.
Yeah.
Emus are running wild. Emu
It does wind
mups.
him up when it's attacking.
Do I sound a bit louder now? Hello.
Yes.
You're better.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that was
Oh,
Windows.
that's much better.
Oh,
was
Windows.
Windows.
Yes.
Oh,
You got to go
yeah.
into the fucking
Yep.
audio
There's
input
Jack.
There
settings.
he is.
Yep.
Jack's not off.
Say something,
Jack's
Jack.
on.
Am I coming through okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Loud and clear.
It's only taken us half an hour to get everything fixed.
Shut your face.
Yeah.
I mean, like generally.
OCD has now been fixed again.
That's a nice
very,
pattern.
it's very weird seeing Jack from a different angle. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well,
I only like him from this angle, this side. I just want to see him this and where's my glasses? I'll be Jack today.
It's okay. I'll be Jack.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. You be me, and I'll be a queer pickle muncher for the day.
There you go. I'm Judi Dench, everyone.
Don't fucking hold a candle to me, mate.
Do we need to explain that joke though?
No, not really. Just go to Iron Oxide's channel and you'll find it.
No, I think we have to explain it, Jack.
Yeah, we got to go through the process
of
ritual humiliation.
We have multiple celebrities on this panel right now. We got Judi Dench, and live debuting is Smu Payne. So that's Hana knows what's up.
So
I know.
So for Mark and Nick's benefit, Jack's going through the process. He's created loads of apps and he's created loads of voices
AI
that he can assimilate with his own. So he talks, they speak. And he was on Iron Oxide's Rogue Gallery, I think it was, where he debuted this. And he was speaking with their contonations and their mannerisms and everything. But he had accidentally not turned it on. So he was just talking and sounded The good news is that Jack's got a smile on his face. You can always laugh at yourself, and that's the way.
There's nothing better than a good crack on your face, mate.
Yeah, exactly. As long as someone jacks you up. Yeah. Anyway,
crack on the face.
Davey, Psychotic Mongoose is in chat as well.
Psycho Mongoose.
Sound check. Smu the DJ, show some love to the panel. Hit that like it owes you rent. Rent boys everywhere.
Where is Smu?
Smu's working.
Being gay.
Yeah, being gay.
What a gay.
Anybody who's currently working is just declared as gay. Peepers sat on Cinevia's boobs. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Let's get a party started. Good to see you. Dawn of Mutilation as well has joined us. Guten Morgen, guten afternoon and evening, and Flemmenwaffer and Krankenhaus. Flame Mage has joined us as well. Howdy, all.
What's up, Flame Mage?
Yes. What? Who said that?
Say what?
Not Jack.
You sound like fucking shit.
It worked.
It's Smu Payne.
Yeah, he got his dumb voice changer on.
You sound
sound
like
terrible?
what? Now put it back, dickhead.
Smu Payne.
Do you know, I'm pretty sure you've got the same software as me, Paul. Have you got Morgan Freeman?
Live right now? No. I have voice mod, yeah.
It's voice mod because it starts playing the music at the same time, doesn't it?
And so, by the way, to explain that joke, during the Company Boys stream, Paul was pissing around with the fucking voice changer, and one of them just has like over-modulated fucking autotunes for no reason. And Gino in chat was like, bro, he sounds like fucking great value T-Pain. And I'm like, no, he's T-Pain off of Temu. He's fucking Smu Payne. And then somebody donated like $10 and it's like, okay, sing a song in that voice. And Paul literally just put a beat on and just started singing about fucking toes or some dumb shit. And it's literally the entire shit. Both his co-hosts, DJ Axis and Insidious Bliss, were just dying. The entire chat is just laughing, and we just created fucking Smu Payne.
It's Smu Payne.
I really feel.
Anyways,
yay, it's working.
So this is the level of professionalism you can expect, Nick, Mark. This is just how shit fucking goes for the first hour and a half usually.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
Flame
We'll
Mage.
talk about some subjects later.
We do tend to go tangentially every now and again. We'll just kick off and start talking about something. 9 times out of 10 it's chaos for the first hour.
Yeah, this is not a show.
No, Professor Savage Dad, I think it's terribly bigoted that you're not going to have on Black Tarlad.
Well, I'm here now.
He's there.
He's here now.
There you go.
Fuck diggity.
Fuck diggity Jack. Let's go. Yeah, he's here. You calm down. Calm your tits. The ginger Juan is here as well. Kenzo, watch up, my gingers. Good to see you.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. How we doing? How we doing? Right, skipping
Only a
through.
ginger can call another ginger a ginger.
Yes,
I'm
Tim Minchin. Tim Minchin
I'm a day walker.
taught me that. Uncle Martin with a mountain bike. Hello, good to see you. Good to see you. Gonna flip through and say hello to people, and skip over people we said hello to already. Bruce. It's good to see you, Bruce. Good to see you. Andy Matthews has joined us as well. Alucard, as always, here on the Hump Day. Good to see you, my friend.
Andrew.
Ooh. It's good to see you. And Lady Runesong, howdy peeps. Hope everyone's doing well with a big old heart. Thank you very much indeed for joining us, Lady Runesong. It's good to see you. And then our first super dib dob of the night. 2 whole dib dobs coming in from Andy Matthews. Who's tougher, Rocky or Guts?
Guts by quite a
Guts by a
Yeah.
country
Guts.
mile.
That's not even fair. Come on.
It's not even a fair comparison.
Yeah.
Also, if anyone wants to go watch the video I made on the Berserk games, it could use some help. It is not doing very well.
Oh no!
Just send the link over and we just pop it in chat. Easy.
I'm on it. I got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yanni's on it.
Got it.
Cool.
Yeah, you can learn about Guts in that video. He is pretty badass.
Yes.
Yep. He is indeed. Just JK.
And we get 2 more chapters this week. One this month and one in October.
I just wait to read the Dark Horse volume, so I'm waiting on volume 43 whenever that comes out.
Oh, you poor soul.
You know, it's nice when it happens.
That is very fair. Yes.
I get to fire through a Berserk volume that I crush in like under an hour usually.
Yeah. And then reread it, and then fucking reread it twice.
Yeah.
Sergeant Giratina's joined us as well. Rick Cleary, brother, asked the question. Tombi, are you playing June through Steam? Yes, I am indeed. I am indeed. Oh, there's a little spider there. Hello, little fuck. Little bastard.
I think today has actually been the day of the flying spiders, and I mean that quite seriously. Like, you know, when
they're all coming
tiny
across.
spiders like catch a web and then they fly around.
They come across from France, don't they?
Do they?
Yeah, because what they do, they'll sit in a tree, put a long web out, and then use that as a kite to carry themselves over the channel.
Yeah, and then surrender, Paul.
And then surrender. Yeah, and then they get fucking free housing, bastards. They get a mobile phone, 4-star hotel, and they get all of the flies they can eat, bastards.
Other
I say stick them back on the webs and send them home.
Oh, mate, that would be funny. Like little French flags just hanging off the end. Little tossers.
And there's this spider that's been living in my house, right, for ages. He's been in the country his whole life, right? It's homeless now because I kicked it out, and he can't find another home. But these other fucking spiders from France can get in a house.
I bet it can't even speak English.
It's like...
Probably stealing Rob's.
Yeah.
I need someone to make my webs.
I had a bee up my trouser leg today.
I mean,
That was fun.
actually, has anyone watched Andor season 2? It's
Yes.
like a planet of French people whose the planet of French people whose economy revolves around spiders.
Yeah, I stopped after episode 9.
That is incidentally quite true. Yeah.
Yeah, really good though. I kid, but strongly recommend. I think episode 8 of season 2 of Andor is like probably the best Star Wars has been since Return of the Jedi. Honestly,
yeah,
really, I really enjoyed season 2.
And I don't dislike the prequels either. But episode 8 of season 2 Andor is pretty damn awesome.
Yeah, I would say go from episode 7 into 8.
Yeah, I mean, like it's one of those shows where like if you watch it in the blocks of 3 episodes, that's usually the best way to do it. But yeah, it's a shame that we're likely never ever going to get Star Wars like that again because it's just there's tension and stakes and yeah, it's good. It's like it's content made for grown-ups, which is so dissimilar to what all of the other Disney Plus Star Wars is, where it's like live action Saturday morning cartoon shows that are getting worse and worse all the time. It's like, hey, look at that. This world actually can tell compelling stories. Wouldn't that be nice?
The only thing I tapped to watch of the other Disney plus series is of Star Wars is the credits, so you know who to blame.
Yeah.
I tapped out after the 7th film. I was like, well, that was shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, like any of the movies for like the Disney Star Wars movies, you pretty much don't need to bother with. Rogue One is
Rogue
kind of
One
the
was
best
alright.
one, and Andor is
Rogue
the
One was good, yeah.
prequel to that. But I think Andor, the show, is significantly better than Rogue One, and you you feel that a lot if you go into Rogue One after finishing Andor season 2, because it does like lead right into it. So it seems like a natural move to make, but.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, most of the writing isn't nearly as sharp. All the characters are making much more silly decisions constantly, and Jin kind of feels out of place when. I mean, it's just funny that the characters who are in Andor just all of a sudden become way less compelling. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe taking their time on stories like this is the better way to go about it.
But it did change my view on watching. Sorry, Abe. It did change my view on watching Andor. I'd seen I'd seen Rogue One previously, obviously before the Andor series came out. And then the first series of Andor, it didn't have anything to do with Rogue One. But then with season 2, like literally, leading right up to it. And then I downloaded Rogue One just to watch the sort of continuation of it, just to see how well it blended. And it like the sort of the story arc that it goes through in the second series, it made the film a lot better.
Yeah, it did. It's just I find that you notice the jump between like take your time adult writing that you see in the Andor show and goes to like Disney trying to make a big blockbuster hit movie writing, which to be fair, Rogue One's probably got the best of any of the Star Wars movies they've made, but it still does feel like a pretty big jump in like quality, I guess is probably the best way to put it, which I mean doesn't sound super specific, but I don't know. It's just like Rogue One, it's slow, but it's slow in that it takes its time and actually like develops its storylines and characters, and it makes the Empire actually feel threatening. Like stormtroopers are scary in Andor, which is not really a thing that happens in most of the Disney content.
No,
so yeah.
I tell you
Well,
what
they've got a
else
reputation
doesn't
for
happen
not
in the
being able to hit
majority of
shit.
Disney content usually.
One at a time.
Right.
What?
I said
No,
one
zero
at
at
a
a
time.
time.
Both Jack and Greg, you were talking at the same time, so I said Jack first.
I was just saying that one thing that doesn't usually happen in Disney productions is rape. But that happened in Andor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, attempted. Like I think
it wasn't as
like,
bad as people thought it was.
Well, that's what kind of blew me away, because I saw all the stuff happening on Twitter before I got a chance to watch the episode, and I was like, oh man,
Same.
like I was expecting like full blown like Ramsay Bolton and Sansa Game of Thrones stuff, and it's like, okay, well. I mean, she gets attacked, fights a guy, and kills him. Like I don't know.
Like,
It's more physical
that
assault. It's more physical assault than anything. There's nothing
Yeah.
sexual about it. So that was blown out of proportion, and
Well,
maybe
I
Star
mean,
Wars theory
like,
was to
it was clear that that's what he was trying to
That
do.
was the
and then
intent.
She
The
does
intent,
actually
sure,
like,
but-
flat out say it to the other Imperial officer. But
Right.
at the same time, it like I think that also kind of makes it clear that it's like, look, this isn't directed at the same audience that is supposed to be watching Skeleton Crew. Like it's like like clearly this is the adult Star Wars show, and I think that the writing and like the performances and the time it takes to actually build up to what happens in like episode 8 of season 2 is just done so much better than any of the other stuff that Disney is doing with Star Wars. That it kind of makes me sad that they cut Andor down from 5 seasons to 2, and that's it. It's we're getting the Dave Filoni universe forever now until Star Wars just becomes totally unprofitable and then goes away for like a couple decades.
It has to go
I
away
thought
at
they had
this
already
stage.
done that.
Yeah, Greg, at this stage for me, it has to go away for more than a couple of decades.
Well, I mean, they're trying a theatrical movie, and I think it'll depend on how much money that makes. But ultimately, they can't afford for it to forever be making things like the Acolyte that cost $200 million and just tarnish the reputation of the series more and more.
Power of One.
I mean, yeah, it's stuff like that is the other adult targeted Star Wars that they're trying. So it's like, well, I don't know, maybe it's just either give it to Tony Gilroy or stop. That's sort of where I'm at with it.
Yeah,
I just love that in Acolyte they teased Darth Plagueis. And it was like
right at the end.
It was kind of like, look, guys, we've got Darth Plagueis, and it was just like, yeah, keep him.
Yeah, do not touch him at all.
It's just like, I mean, that I think though is a good example of what all of the other shows are doing just all the time. Like, it's just nothing but key jangling a character that you maybe heard about if you like the other movies or the EU or like the old video games and things. It's like, oh, well, like Thrawn's coming back. Remember Thrawn from those Timothy Zahn books that most of the kids who you're targeting Star Wars at have 100% never read? And
Right.
So it's like, well,
thought were legends.
And then they cast a bloke who looked like Elon Musk as well.
yeah, well, I think
bizarre.
that was that Mads Mikkelsen's brother.
Yes.
Lars Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of Rogue One, Mads Mikkelsen's in that. And hey, a new Death Stranding game came out. He's in Death Stranding as well.
He is in Death
First
Stranding.
one, at least.
Yeah, the first one. Professor Savage Dad, if you're in chat, Buckeye McGroin is calling you out like a bitch. Tell Professor Savage Dad to get his ass to Rumble chat. You've been told.
Yeah.
You've been told.
Well, anyway, the fun fact I was just going to say is the guy who played Darth Vader in Rogue One actually lives a few streets and up the road from my parents.
Oh,
my God. You just live near everybody. I swear to God.
Yeah, it's
He
weird.
lives in.
Yeah, most of my celebrity connections are from like my previous life when I worked in the Toronto film industry. But that's now I know a bunch of YouTubers, I guess.
Yeah. Guy Henry was in Rome as well, wasn't he? The TV show Rome.
Never watched it.
Didn't? Okay.
Oh, it's a great show.
Well, he was in that, but also this is a fun fact that I didn't know until a couple of years ago. Do you remember, Tombi, back in the 90s, like the late 90s, there was a horror character on the BBC every Halloween called Dr. Terror.
I would love to say yes.
See if you
what I'm
can
going to
find
do, I'm going to
BBC Dr. Terror. Right?
That rings a bell.
He was played by Guy Henry.
Yes. Yeah.
You got.
Oh yeah. I know. What
This Star Wars purist said Andor lost more money than the Acolyte. Yeah, but one of them was significantly better than the other one, though, and that's ultimately that's kind of all I care about.
That's him.
That's
Guy Henry.
That's disgusting. I mean, his chin looks like a fucking vagina.
Yeah, I remember that.
Looks like the Green Goblin took his makeup off.
I don't remember this at all.
Jesus.
I'm melting. No, it's
Actually,
almost like Tim Curry's character from Legend. Just
Yeah.
got his face melted.
Yeah.
Scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Actually,
You
I
know
made
what? I
a
never
mistake
watched
the
it.
other day, and I mentioned that Tom Cruise was in a movie with Jennifer Connelly with Tim Curry as the devil. And I was like, oh no, wait, that was the girl from Ferris Bueller, wasn't it? Jennifer Connelly was in Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Different Hanna-Barbera fantasy film from same era.
Close enough.
Jennifer Connelly.
It was a conversation about
yeah.
Top Gun Maverick. That's how I got there.
I watched that again today. Actually, I watch it quite regularly just to keep me. Oh, hello. Go away, screen.
There we go. Okay.
Was it
Connelly in Requiem for a Dream though?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, what? No,
Jennifer
never
Connelly
seen it.
in Career Opportunities.
Ooh.
That is a movie that I don't think I would ever watch again, though. Like, man, that is like it's such an emotionally draining film to sit through.
Which one?
Well, it's
Requiem?
funny you say
Yeah.
that because
Yeah, for sure.
Atom Gray, who's in the chat, he has a channel called B-Roll.
B-Roll.
And he did a show a couple of weeks ago with his wife Blabs, and they were talking about shows that are films that are so good that you never need to watch them again. And that was one of the films. And I have to completely agree with him. You know, I've seen the movie once, and that was just enough for me.
Yeah, like I don't know that I would say it's so good you never have to watch it again. I'd probably switch it to it's a very good movie, but I don't think you're ever gonna want to watch it more than one time. Just like it's well done, and like it definitely tells some pretty hard hitting stories about like drug addiction, different types of drug addiction as well. But it's like it is so depressing. It is like
Nothing beats this.
It's a rough one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Career opportunities.
Oh, right.
This
In a
was
rocking
amazing.
horse.
Yeah, and she's
Just gonna
still
switch the
gorgeous.
camera off for-
now.
Oh, you're not playing it?
Well, I can play it, but I'd have to
Right,
be
I'm just
back
gonna
in
switch the
38
camera off for a
seconds.
minute.
Yeah.
Just leave the cameras off for a second, guys. Ah, they've been on. Jack's gone.
Oh no!
Oh no, Tombi pulled a DSP.
Hush. Figgy. How you doing, Figs? Good to see you. Hello, everyone. Can't stay today, but wanted to say hi. It's good to see you, Figs, as always.
Hi.
And then Andy Matthews for another 2 whole dibdobs. Can anyone tell me about the Metroid games? I'm
Well,
certain
I-
a
here we go.
certain young man on the panel can.
Well, yeah, my Metroid video doesn't need any help, but there is a video of comparable length to the Berserk one about the Metroid games also on my channel if you want to check that out.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And I think the Metroid one was one of the first ones I watched of your channels.
Yeah, I mean that
What
makes
Metroid
sense.
one?
That video has more views than any other video I've ever made, including every single one I made on the Geeks and Gamers channel, which has like, and even at the time I was making them when they didn't have as many subs, had like easily 100 times more subs than me, and my Metroid video kind of crushed everyone I made on there. So
Yeah.
people like Metroid.
Yep.
For good reason.
Just for numbers' sake, guys. 332,000 views. Good fucking job.
That one did well.
Sweet.
Yeah. I mean, fucking knocked the socks off my bloody Grand Theft Auto one. I actually almost up 40,000 views on
Well, if it makes you feel better, I think my Berserk video proves that one was a fluke because I put as much effort into that one, and it hasn't even cracked 1,000 yet. So I think it got algorithm crushed.
Yeah, the thing I'm finding more and more these days is algorithm working against creators on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. Like I'm not really pursuing full-time YouTube or anything at this point. I'm just trying to focus on keeping my military career in good standing, and I'm still working on videos every now and then. But and I do a podcast on Metal Commander's channel every Sunday. But other than that, it's just YouTube is like a casual hobby for me these days.
Casual hobby. I'm Gray. A baby spider crawled up my nose the other night. Good times. Lovely.
Oh God.
Lovely.
Okay.
Now the question is, did it come back out?
Let's
That's
hope
the
so.
question.
Or did it get vacuumed?
Yeah, I was going to say, don't you just like and
then cough it out?
Cough it out. Extra
Did you get
protein.
it, or did you hit it with a chaser? Or no? Did you hit it with a
Speaking of my
chaser?
day job, I can almost guarantee that it is not medically good news if you aspirate a spider.
No.
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 I'm sorry,
definitely
Nick.
not.
What did you say?
Well, the spider crawled up your nose. Did you like hit it with a chaser
Yeah.
and flush it out? Like just I mean, kill it. You kill it in that instance, pretty much. I'd say so.
Get some
And it
booger
would have been
sugar.
the best few seconds of that spider's life before it croaked.
The rush, and then it's gone.
Yeah.
Let's go. Bishop,
Actually-
how you doing? It's good to see you, my friend. Good to see you.
I just saw Levistro's super chat there. Levistro for $5. People love Metroid because Samus is very flexible. I mean, you have to be to curl up in a ball and bounce around like that. I believe when she's in morph ball mode, she actually is like transforming. Like she sort of becomes like an energy being, and that's like kind of the light that's inside the morph ball, and it's so she's not actually curled up like that, but
People can have their imagination.
Chozo technology works in mysterious ways. That's what I'm saying.
Levistro, it's good to see you, though, brother. We got Dennis Epic Plays joined us as well. How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Good to see you. I need to get back playing some World of Warcraft, mate, at some point. And then we've got Anarchy. We've got Willem over in South Africa. How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. We're almost at the end.
District 10 when?
Hmm?
District 10 when? A sequel to District
Yeah.
10. I've been wanting a
Oh,
sequel
yeah.
to that movie for like a decade and a half now.
Yeah, a lot of us have.
The prawns. The prawns.
The prawns.
Crimson Shadow. Shadow's back. What's the crack, Muppets? Good to see you, my friend. Levisto does ask the question, sorry, I'm late or am I on time? No, you're
Yes.
perfect. We haven't even finished
yes.
the intros. Technically, technically, we haven't finished the intros.
You're not late, but you are gay.
Yes, but significantly less gay than Abe. Carry on. I think we're almost. I think we're almost there. Yeah, I think we're almost there. Cool. Lavistro says, "Don't ruin imagination with science."
I hate science.
I mean, that's part of the imagination, though. The imagination was that she morphs to go into the morph ball.
Yep.
Although, I mean, Zero Suit Samus is a pretty flexible form of her where she doesn't have those powers.
Yup.
Cutting stunts over on Rumble. Just smashed you twice. No homo. Thank you very much indeed, brother. I love being smashed. I love being smashed. And Annie Matthews says Samus is not a girl boss. No. Just a bloody good character.
I mean, like, she kind of is, but it's like she earns it. Like, I mean, she actually is a badass. She's a girl boss in the same way that, like, Ripley is. It's like, I mean, yeah, she's a very tough woman, but that's because she does tough
she's a
things.
boss
It's not
that's incidentally female.
It's not other characters telling us how awesome she is all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Not a
saw-
Mary Sue.
She's not a Mary Sue, definitely not.
I saw Samus being used as like a talking point about how male characters have dominated games for too long.
Samus is
and it was
she's been a woman since 1986.
Yeah, and so like the tagline was, "Who wants to tell them?"
Yeah.
She's been a woman longer than I have.
Wait. Yeah, I had to think about that for a second, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, you're still a baby, aren't you?
Probably the male gaze argument that could be made for the original Metroid is your JoJo. The time in which you complete the game gives you a state of Samus in more explicit undress in the ending credit sequence. And if you get it, and if you get the highest rating, she's in a bikini.
Nice.
A reason to put effort into your gaming.
I like it.
There you go. I think it's actually like more like a one-piece swimsuit. It's like the proto version of the Zero Suit.
Still not a bad thing.
Yep.
I remember when Tomb Raider 2 first came out on the original PlayStation, and people would be like, "Oh, if you collect all of the tokens, like the artifact things, there's a shower scene."
Yeah,
what, of
which
her
is
square
absolute bollocks.
boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was absolutely
it wasn't like a pre-rendered cinematic or something.
No.
It was
No.
okay.
No.
Well, I mean, you know.
I mean, this was back when, even if you did back in the day, like at a certain point, even if you did have the internet, it took you all night to download a picture to look at anything. So anything that had curves or anything was like,
JoJo.
oh, yes, it's worth it. I will play this game again.
We should go to JoJo Camp.
I'll be back. I'm going to run to the washroom.
Yeah,
And it might
no worries,
take
man.
me a minute because I got a wheelchair over there. JoJo, no. JoJo.
I
baby.
always tell the story of it back in the day because it took so long to download images. You always used to turn the images upside down before you sent them. That way, whoever downloads them gets to see the pookie first.
Gets to see the vagine first.
You don't want to get halfway down a picture and she's got crap tits. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe she's got one good one and then there's one bad one on the other side. And you're like,
No, you know what it is? It's 56k modem time where you're loading the image
line
from the
by
top,
line.
and it's hot chick, boobs, dick.
It's a dude.
It's like you've already fapped 15 times because of the load fucking rate, and it gets down to the bottom and there's a fucking giant 10-inch cock in the way.
And then you got successfully debated.
Exactly.
It's burned into your
Well,
brain.
back in those days, you could
That's the
save
crying
a
game.
partially rendered picture. So as long as you didn't let it go too far down, you could save the top.
Yeah, but you still need to let it go all the way down to the bottom, and that's where the fucking failure happens. It's like, no, you bait it. Absolute debate.
Can I ask a question though? If you commit the top half to the wank bank, is it still gay if you know what's below the waist?
Yes.
I think it is at that point, yeah.
Yeah, because are you
That-
subconsciously
you-
still thinking about it, or what?
You always
Or is it
stop.
like-
Yeah. Around
I
about hip
think
level,
we're at least
just
talking
stop.
about a subcategory here. within the wank bank filing system.
Within your wank bank filing system.
I don't actually have one.
Greg knows extensively about this because he's a footer connoisseur.
No, I just have,
balls or no
I just have a
balls?
salt lamp, apparently.
I don't know.
I love the fact that his salt lamp is just out of sight.
Yep.
Just behind. So underneath that Dio hat, it looks like a Dio hat.
It's Black Label Society.
Yeah.
Nice.
I used to say it was my Black Lives Suck hat, but
okay, that's for you and in private, dear. We don't share that kind of detail. But underneath that hat, over there is a love lamp that Greg likes to sit on.
No,
I'd always get Black Label Society and Black Rebel Motorcycle Club mixed up.
Yeah, I do as well.
And it's Canadian. It's Canadian. Mark, can you send me one of these? Because I bought it in Canada.
I mean,
they're standard bulbs.
I don't know.
Give me for shipping.
Okay, that's gonna be one.
That's a fucking standard bulb.
Well, Canada Post is on strike right now, so I might have like
yeah, and that's actually a good point because I tried sending some post over to Canada and they refused to send it from the UK.
Yeah,
I mean, I still had some stuff at the post office the other day, so I mean, like every time they go on strike, though, I never understand exactly how it works.
Mm-hmm.
The case,
I don't think they do. I think that's the problem.
Lavistro coming in.
Purelator that brought it. Like, Purelator's been kind of covering for them, I think.
Yeah,
it's like a shipping company here.
Lavistro for $5. Dib dobs, boobs are boobs, moobs are moobs, wank to moobs. You are still wanking a dude. Great. It's wise.
I feel like that should have like a hip hop background to it.
Do you know what?
Why are you talking to me about this?
Just don't skip chest day and you won't get moobs. That's
exactly.
I mean, Greg.
But I want to handle myself at night.
Chest day is the best day too. It doesn't give you back pain or.
I already have back pain.
Well, but I'm just saying that
Does it cure back
chest
pain?
day won't make it worse. Jojo.
Jojo is not a fan of boobs.
Jojo, you tiny puppy.
Or moves, was it?
Moves. Back pain sucks.
Oh wow, the Adi Shankar link has disappeared. That's interesting.
Before we get into the news, I'm going to duck out and make a cup of tea. BRB.
I've still got mine's dead.
You'll be back in 38 seconds.
Oh,
I mean, as per usual, my coffee died before we even went live.
Yeah.
That shit never survives.
Yeah, cunning stunts is correct. It's an E14 bulb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to Paul?
Paul. Who's Paul?
He died.
He's the one that his name is Down Forward Punch.
Yes.
Yes.
Down forward punch. That's exactly who he is. Right. Let me sort out my OCD.
That is a good question, though. Actually, where did Paul go?
I don't know. I think he just decided to be gay or some shit.
He got way too high and turned off his.
Implying gay is a choice.
Yeah, this is also true.
Well, for Paul, it is.
Yeah.
He just guided.
I mean, he does deep throat pickles on a regular basis.
$5 shoves them up his ass, does the whole works.
Yeah, $5 is $5. I hear that he will do it for $1 as well. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's finally back.
He's fucking back.
I had to go use the bathroom for 2 seconds. Actually, it was more like I don't know how long it was.
I was about to say, motherfucker, you were
About half an hour.
Was I had to use it. Anyways, I had a joke while you guys were talking about the downloading the picture with the lady and then boobs and then dick. And then Abe said if you cut it off before the dick loads in, and I was like, Schrodinger's dick.
Exactly. Yeah.
There
you go.
That was the whole
people.
That was the whole joke. I wiped quickly to come tell that joke.
Actually,
he's still got remnants there. I know for a fact there's still remnants there.
He's got crust on there now.
When he's
I should go fit. I'll be back. I'm going to finish wipe.
Use that wipe here. Use that wipe.
He's getting his crust down.
That's like fucking Chris Pratt. What was it? Was it in The Office or Parks and Recreation where he's saying, "I'm just wiping."
Chris Pratt's
wiping.
Parks and
And it's a magic marker down there.
And it's like a magic marker down there. It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Was it Aubrey Plaza just couldn't contain herself? She's just fucking laughing hysterically next to him.
Yeah, it was, I believe.
That time he did the Kardashian joke and the
Yeah.
entire crew and
Anytime
the
he
cast
does comeback,
couldn't
Kim
hold it
Kardashian was a
together.
good comeback story. It's just like, well,
Yeah.
it's like, well, she got cum on her back.
I'll bring it out.
Totally, that is one of the best clips out there because it was a
Easily, yeah.
improv too. Like that wasn't scripted.
I'll fucking bring it up.
Oh, that's
I'm always one for having a good laugh. We're bringing it up.
Nice.
Loves a good comeback story, right? Seabiscuit, the Mighty Ducks,
Robert Downey Jr. Who
Rocky.
else? Yes.
Kim Kardashian.
Kim. Well,
In the video, she gets cum on her back, I think.
It's great that he delivers it like a golden retriever too.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
she has come on her back, right?
He just could not give a fuck. He nailed that.
I think this is it. This is the other one.
Oh, I love it so much.
Sometimes when I wipe, I'll wipe and I'll wipe and I'll wipe and I'll wipe 100 times. Still poop. Let me check that.
Look at Aubrey Plaza.
It's like I'm wiping a marker or something. Sometimes when I wipe, I'll wipe and I'll wipe
She
and I'll
breaks
wipe
right there.
and I'll wipe
Immediately
100 times. Still poop. Let me check that. It's like I'm wiping a marker or something. Sometimes when I wipe.
Fucking legend. Oh,
And if you
dear.
can get Aubrey Plaza to break.
Yeah.
Mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody who can get Aubrey Plaza to break fucking character and just fucking piss herself laughing is fucking doing something right.
Yeah.
What is it with those turds though?
I don't know, because the thing is, you get the perpetual wipage turd, and then you get the phantom one.
Oh, the phantom one is the one that gets me. It's like what the hell just happened here? There's no trace of it on your ass, and it's somehow slid
gone.
under and over the U-bend.
Yeah.
The Phantom Turd was my least favorite Star Wars movie.
Oh dear. But yeah, phantom poos. It just disappears from. It's like, where's it gone? And you wipe, and there's like nothing there. Weird.
Literal shit talk, folks.
Yep. This is what we're all about.
You're welcome. And you're all like, "Where's Paul? Where's Paul?" Paul's come back with some great shit stories.
Great shit stains.
I got invited on the show saying, "Yeah, we're going to talk about movies and video games." I'm like, "Yeah, I can do that."
Nope.
No. Did they not tell you
the whole time?
Bait and switch.
It's been different ever since I've been on the last few weeks.
I think it's just got gayer the more that Paul's been on. To be honest,
That's true. I try to bring gay.
Yeah.
To be fair, Paul isn't on that much given how much he skips out.
I've skipped
Fucking-
out like
fucking
3
lazy
times,
bastard.
and it's all because of Expedition 33. I think it's a pretty good reason.
That's a good game.
Yeah, great game.
I showed restraint not immediately fucking powering the Warframe update because it literally dropped an hour before we went live. You can wait on Expedition 33, motherfucker. I will hear no excuses out of your dumb face. Shut the fuck up.
You have good willpower, and I am
you are not
amazed.
because you are a weak bitch.
I am weak. I am weak. Expedition 33 is my current goddess, and I love the paintress.
Nice.
So what's
Yes.
the subtext?
Right. Okay, we're going to start kicking off. We're an hour and 6 minutes in. Intro's essentially done now. Let's start talking about some news.
And now to the show.
And now for the show. Brandon, the Army guys, joined us as well. Good to see you.
Hey.
Lots of
Yo,
people
man.
coming in at the same time. Robert Harvey's good to see you. So what we're going to do is start talking about some of the topics. We'll bounce through them. And it's basically open forum. Let's have a discussion, take the piss out of memes, stupid ideas, and all that good stuff. And I've just got rid of it off the screen like a fucking idiot.
I will have to go feed the dogs at some point. So if you want to front load the movies and video game stuff, it might not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, Adi Shankar with the latest, greatest comment ever. Producer of Castlevania, Devil May Cry, Netflix brought the rights to the Duke Nukem series, and then yeah, but it's really not good.
I guess I think a Duke Nukem series is in general just not a very good idea because I mean Duke Nukem's whole thing is just basically referencing all of the like 80s 90s action hero stuff, so he's sort of a pastiche of a bunch of other things anyways, and like I don't know how you turn that into a compelling TV show, and that makes me worry about what Adi Shankar's idea might be for that, because he took Devil May Cry that has a pretty good story and lore and characters that are actually like pretty interesting and have personalities that are unique and aren't very similar to a lot of other things in pop culture, and he just decided to turn Dante into Deadpool and make it about like I don't know, like immigration and like U.S. imperialism, which Devil May Cry has nothing at all to do with. Like it couldn't be further from that. So I worry about what he will then do to Duke Nukem. But I mean, again, like Duke Nukem's also like it's tough to ruin Duke Nukem because it's like what is Duke Nukem? It's a big collection of like 80s action movie lines that are delivered through a very like good and sort of iconic voice, like in the like the guy who does the Duke Nukem voice ever since Duke Nukem 3D at least. And yeah, just I don't know. I just feel like Gearbox maybe needed money, like because they own the rights to Duke Nukem right now.
Yeah.
So. Borderlands movie did not do well, so
I misread that. I thought that the guy that made Castlevania, and I thought that they were making a Duke Nukem game, and I thought, get it out of Gearbox's hands. No, this is for a show.
No. Although
this is going to be gay as fuck. I take back I take that back.
I would even still kind of worry about what modern Konami would do with Duke Nukem. I mean, God,
that's also true.
Like, I mean, that's just a weird fit. But no, this is Adi Shankar who did the Castlevania animes, or Netflix anime being kind of in quotes because it's North American, right? The anime style shows.
The animated series.
Which I thought, like, the first 2 seasons of Castlevania I actually liked quite a lot. I actually was still pretty on board for season 3, and I thought 4 dropped the ball, and the new series was really bad, like the one where they start doing like the Richter Belmont Rondo of Blood storyline. That
Nocturne is trash.
Yeah, it's not very good, and I think it does have a second season that it might be out now actually, but I've not seen any of season 2 of it.
It does.
Yeah, but I did watch all of Devil May Cry, and it was terrible. Like it was absolutely horrible, and had nothing at all to do with Devil May Cry, other than it uses a bunch of terms and things and characters that are in Devil May Cry, and just completely does its own thing with almost all of it, and none of it's good. Like I think actually even the people that like that show, I think you guys are being hoodwinked by one episode that has some interesting animations, and even that one is a 20-minute long Evanescence music video.
Basically.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but that's basically what it is. But the thing with Adi Shankar specifically, you see it in Castlevania Nocturne, you see it with Devil May Cry, and Duke Nukem will not be any different. He just literally produces paid fanfiction.
Yeah, and I mean, like, if it's good, I'm okay with it. Like I was with the first couple Castlevanias, though they had the benefit of having Warren Ellis, the comic book writer who actually wrote the Dead Space lore. Like he wrote the original Dead Space game, or at least like the story around it. And he's the one who did seasons 1 and 2 of Castlevania, which are by far the strongest. Yep. And then I believe he was canceled because I think he asked out a couple girls that like worked on the show, and then like they decided to just completely get rid of him. Like he got Me Too'd essentially.
It was Me Too'd.
Yeah, and
how dare you pursue a girl that you might be interested in? Oh no.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I don't know the specifics of it, but I remember when I read a story on it, I was just like, well, it doesn't sound like anything this guy did was that bad. Like, it's not like he didn't like force himself on someone or like end up at a dating.
It was none of it was inappropriate. It was a genuine approach to females would you like to go out for a drink? Would you like to have some dinner? And it was just blown completely out of proportion just at the height of Me Too was kicking off.
Because this is Chica standards, that if
Yeah.
you're cute and you look at her in a way that she thinks might be flirty, then it's hot and attractive. But she doesn't think you're cute and you look at her in a way that might be flirty, then oh no, me too. I've been hashtag me too. Oh no. So you have to be a fucking mind reader.
The tricky thing about approaching people these days is that you don't sometimes just don't know how they're going to react, which lead to problems. And I think if you have what is perceived as a power position by people who view the entire world in terms of people with power and those without power, and not just, hey, we're human beings just trying to maybe find some companionship and like have a life, you know. Bad things can happen. But anyways, the point was, like, Castlevania's quality and its writing definitely shifted after season 2, and things started getting a little bit further away from what you would think of as like the Castlevania story and the Castlevania lore. And Devil May Cry, I think, was just absolutely horrendous. And even like Smu mentioned there that like the music video was the best episode, and I'd say probably yes, but I also think that I think people just like that Evanescence song mostly because even what it does to Lady's story, like Arkham is Lady's father, and in Devil May Cry 3, he's, I guess this might be a minor spoiler for Devil May Cry 3, but he's the main villain, and he has like a very long plan in order to like actually open a portal between heaven and hell and become like this superpowered being. In the show, they have him want to become more powerful, so he finds a way to turn himself into a vampire, and then he is immediately killed. And Lady's traumatic childhood that results in her being called Lady in Devil May Cry 3, because her whole thing is that she doesn't want to ever be referred to as Mary Arkham, which is her name. So she keeps on saying, I don't have a name. And then Dante just says, okay, whatever, Lady. And then just keeps on calling her Lady for like the rest of the series, essentially. In this, people just call her Mary Arkham like constantly, and it's just not much of a problem. So I'm like, did you make the story better, or did you like totally get rid of all the things that made her interesting and thought you could save it with a flashback where she accidentally kills her vampire dad? And I don't know. It's just so much about that show made me upset.
Yeah.
I did watch the Madhouse like 2007 anime that a lot of people did not like very much, but I'll say this much: I liked it a hell of a lot more than the Netflix one. It's episodic, so like each episode is like, hey, here's like a day in the life of Dante, kind of doing a different job thing. But some of the episodes have like some pretty good characters and interesting stories and good writing, and yeah, it's I'd recommend the 07 Devil May Cry anime over the Adi Shankar one.
100%. 100%.
Duke Nukem, just play Duke Nukem 3D. That's the only one you need to play, really.
Yeah. Or just just for fun, play Duke Nukem 3. Just for fun.
I picked them all up. I picked them all up on Steam in the sales. They're literally about £1.50 each.
Yeah, I mean,
or Duke Nukem.
No,
Duke Nukem.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, there's the only ones that actually. I mean, was there the interim Duke Nukem game? I kind of forgot what it was. But the one between Duke Nukem Forever and Duke Nukem 3D, that was like the first one. I know it was on PlayStation, but I don't remember if it ever.
Oh yeah, was that the third-person
Time
one?
to Kill, yeah. Yeah, that one I didn't play. So
It wasn't very good.
Yeah, it was terrible.
The one on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got a question. In an ideal world where Adi Shankar isn't making this show, because we know that he's probably going to turn it into Duchess Nukem or something like that.
Yeah.
Who would you have play Duke Nukem in the Hollywood scene or the
live action
right now? Who would you have play?
Well, I think this is probably going to be animated. I'm assuming, but I mean,
it's an animated series.
Yeah, so I think John St. John's the guy's name is like the voice of Duke Nukem. If it's anyone but him, that's a mistake for voice acting.
Voice acting, definitely.
I mean, I guess like if it was live action, like Chris Hemsworth would probably be like the obvious choice, that he can pull off comedy and he's like a big hulking dude. So
yeah.
But at the same time, I don't think a narrative version of Duke Nukem will work just in general, even if it's like
the story is just not impossible.
Yeah,
because it
Can't see that
works as a
working
video
somehow.
game because it's like a spoof of 80s and 90s action movies in video game form, and it's fun and it's silly. But even a lot of Duke's best lines are lines from movies.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just a
they're
ball of
lines from
cliche.
Army of Darkness, and They Live, and like it's.
Okay, so here's a question: if they ever made, like, if they took this seriously, there's no Adi Shankar, no bullshit. Would Duke Nukem work more if they made it like Loaded Weapon?
I mean, like I guess like you'd have to make it a spoof for it to be Duke Nukem, but I don't think it is the type of property that you can adapt in a way that would be good. I think this would be bad no matter what.
Yeah.
And it being Adi Shankar is almost just like icing on the cake because
he
almost prides himself on making things bad. It seems.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, you look at the games. What were you doing in the games? What were you trying to achieve in the games? You're just running around, kicking
Killing
pigmen.
aliens, giving money to strippers, and
Exactly.
that's pretty much it.
Shake it, baby.
And how many actors in a live action version of it can you imagine saying, "I'll rip your head off and shit down your neck"?
The thing is,
you could.
Arlie Ermy, I guess, because that's a line from Full Metal Jacket.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue the toss that, I hate the dude, but for Peacemaker, he actually did all right. John Cena's almost the perfect shape and build for.
Yeah, you're right.
Duke
Actually,
Nukem.
John Cena would actually probably be a good pick.
Yeah.
If they make this show, right, and they don't put the line in, where is it? Then I'm out. That's it.
If anyone's missing that, that's what happens when you press the space bar on walls while trying to find a secret.
Yeah.
Where is it?
And quite often, the secret's behind the photo of the stripper.
Yep.
The picture of the stripper on the wall. Yeah. It's just, where is it?
I think the game was great though because you could interact with almost everything, like the mirrors, the toilet, and I absolutely love that they added so much into the game. But like you say, Mark, he's just a rolling ball of cliches and movie quotes, and the entire game is just a parody of the majority of movie stuff. And so unless they can work that in, I mean, like, how are they gonna? The thing is, I think it's going to work a little bit differently, isn't it, with like TV shows and movies? Because I don't know, is it like, because it's parody, will they be able to get away with it without having to purchase any rights or anything like that?
I mean, probably. Like, I don't think like John Carpenter has "I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum and I'm all out of bubblegum" copywritten, but like. I mean, ultimately, it's like, do I need to see Duke Nukem in anime delivering that line, or could I just watch They Live? You know, or if I want to hear Duke Nukem saying it, can I just play the game? Play Duke Nukem 3D.
Play the game, yeah.
We're gonna have to do a They Live watch party because so many people still haven't seen it. It's shocking.
Classic.
They need to put this. That's why I wear the sunglasses.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, sunglasses.
Did he,
like you see the aliens, see the truth of the world.
Yeah.
I did a watch party of that with Theatre of the Grid recently.
Did you?
Yeah.
Bastard didn't fucking
That
do
was
that.
a challenging wank.
Yeah, it was like 4 a.m.
Oh my.
Yeah, that is a challenging wank. Have I still got that?
What
on.
have you still got as a challenging way?
Shush. Give me a second. Oh, fucking... There's so many fucking videos in this list. I can't get down to the right fucking one.
Control F it, for fuck's sake.
The fucking alt F4.
Hey, what did you do to his videos when you were producing? You've jumbled them all up now. This is all your fault, Abe.
Get out.
This is all shit on his machine.
So you fucked it up on his computer. How dare you?
Yeah, you did.
I guess I'm just omnipotent in that regard. What can I say?
So much power. So much power.
Not that one.
Deal with it. Yeah,
No.
motherfucker.
Wells, that's Wells.
I know that is. There it is.
Filler.
That kind of thing.
That's a challenging
There it
wank.
is.
seeing Shaun of the Dead there, it made me think that like I would probably still not be super confident in like Edgar Wright's Duke Nukem. Like, I mean, it's like even if you give it to a guy that is like really good at making silly sort of satirical comedy that like parodies a bunch of action movie stuff, I still think that Duke Nukem is a weird pick to adapt.
Yeah. It is. It is a weird pick. And it goes back to one of your initial points is it sounds like they just want money. They need money.
Well, and I mean,
well, who
I
owns
think,
them?
well, Gearbox did,
Yeah,
and
so Embracer
Adi
Group.
Shankar makes most of his stuff for Netflix. So I'm assuming this is going to be an animated thing on Netflix because that's what he does.
So Gearbox are owned by Embracer Group, right?
Yeah, although I think Randy Pitchford calls most of the shots at Gearbox itself. So
Yeah, but
I'm not sure
so
that
like
have much to do with it.
Embracer Group, their business plan is to take IPs that they've bought and then spin them into various different mixed media. So that would be.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Embracer
sure
Group
worked for
pushing that.
Borderlands, I guess.
Yeah. It's going to work really well.
Yeah.
When you say spin them into mixed forms of media, do you mean like chew them up and shit them out into?
It seems to be that way. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that though would depend on who you give what property to ultimately, because I think there's a world in which we could have had a Netflix Devil May Cry show that was great, because you know what, Netflix made a Cyberpunk 2077 show that pretty much saved the game. It was so good.
Edge Runners was fucking phenomenal.
Well, that's the thing. It got so many people to have a positive opinion of like not just Cyberpunk the tabletop world, because I mean even the game itself is an adaptation, but specifically a version of the CD Projekt vision of that universe that people were like, oh, okay, like maybe I should play this game that like wasn't running very well when it first came out. And that was when the 1.3 update came out, which actually there's a video about that on my channel too, although now it's a completely irrelevant Cyberpunk video because 2.0 kind of changed everything about it. But and that kind of saved Cyberpunk in a big way, because 1.6 came out not long after that. That was a big thing that got people into it. Then the 2.0 and Phantom Liberty stuff happened, and now Cyberpunk is, I believe, it's overwhelmingly positive on Steam when it was like mixed and negative for a very long time. So I don't think it is impossible to take a video game property, give it to a company that has as mixed results as Netflix, and then make something great with it. But the property you pick and the people you give it to adapt mean everything. Because as much as Cyberpunk didn't run acceptably on like PS4 and Xbox One at all, and even the PC version had some optimization issues, it still is like an interesting world that you can tell good stories in, and that could be adapted to other mediums sufficiently. And you didn't have to like the game to see that. So, you know, that it makes sense that Edge Runners ended up being pretty decent. But Duke Nukem is one of those things I'm like, man, you could give this to Quentin Tarantino and he would have trouble making it work. Like, it's just, it's not really a property that lends itself well.
It doesn't lend itself. Yeah, it doesn't lend itself to it.
I kind of feel like that they've done all that they can do with Duke Nukem's character in the games. His character has remained pretty consistent, and there's really not much else that you can do with it. Like you said earlier, Mark, there's not, in a narrative sort of medium, I just don't think this is going to work very well.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I'd be happy to be proven wrong. Like, I mean, if they get like, some really good writers to, well, I mean, I always would, even if it's like Adi Shankar, who, again, like, you know, I did like the first couple seasons of Castlevania, so he's not incapable of making anything good. It's just I don't think that this is something that is going to go well, even if all the people involved have the best intentions. And at least Devil May Cry proved to me that, like, I don't think Shankar has the best intentions when it comes to adapting material. And I know that he has his sights set on Berserk, which I just can't believe will actually ever happen. So I have trouble getting that upset about it. But yeah, no, I don't know how this guy keeps getting access to like big properties like this. It's just,
All shit rolls upwards. That's the problem. They all get promoted from one project after they've shit all over it to another because the face fits.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I think that one of the things he was taking a lap on, he's like, hey, yeah, but like when my show came out, the sales of the Devil May Cry game spiked. I was like, yeah, but part of that is because people like me were saying, hey, instead of watching this piece of shit Netflix show,
Play the game.
games are on sale on Steam right now. Go play those. They're better.
Yeah.
If you watch the opening cinematic of Devil May Cry 3, you will understand why it is better than the Devil May Cry Netflix show. You don't even need to play the game.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was saying, like, you don't even need to play the game because the game opens. The intro cinematic of Devil May Cry 3 is Lady explaining the story of Dante and Virgil's father to the audience, essentially. And if you cut that, like, if you look at an edit of that version of Lady telling the story of Sparta, like Sparta with the D, Sparta, Dante and Virgil's like demon knight father, and then watch the version that's in the Netflix show where she just sounds like a cynical bitch. Like she's just like, yeah, so Sparta was this like guy in hell and he decided that he wasn't going to be evil and shit, which really is the least he could fucking do. And you're just like, what? Who wrote this? Why is it so mean-spirited and seem to like treat the source material like it's a joke that you need to be cynical about? When like it could just be, you know, you could adapt the material in a way that actually tells an interesting story. Like,
Well, so I don't think that he's got the best interests at heart with Berserk because, in his own words, I've got a tweet.
the one Gundam shared about I'm gonna make guts an Adi Shankar self-insert.
It says
well,
Berserk equals mine, law equals changed, guts equals Adi Shankar self.
That is like he has to be trolling with that one. Like I think that's obvious bait because he knows that's what he could say to infuriate people and get them to like leave angry comments.
Yeah.
There was one
you'd hope
reply that he said, no, like I'm kidding. If I do Berserk, it's going to be like a 1-to-1 adaptation. And I hope he's telling the truth there. But even then it's like, any American company doing Berserk, I would worry about. Like,
absolutely.
They're gonna fuck it up.
I mean, honestly, my hope would be that just a studio that does really, really good animation just is given a whole bunch of time and money to do like a full adaptation of Berserk because it's 42 volumes of manga now. Will probably be like 45 to 50 by the time it finishes because they're getting close to the end. You can sort of tell that it's all kind of leading towards
winding down
final battle.
Yeah.
And like the original writer is, I mean, the writer of the vast majority of it died a few years ago, and so it is his friend that's leading a studio that's mostly made up of his like manga apprentices that are finishing it. And at least the first volume that's been translated that I've read is pretty good. And I like if I didn't know he was dead, I probably wouldn't have known that it wasn't him writing it. So you know that's
good.
That's
looking
good.
up now. At least one manga volume in. But I think that Berserk has had a big problem with adaptations, and I mean I don't want to plug my video too hard, but that's actually kind of what I talk about with the video game adaptations of Berserk. But even the animes have every single one of them has some issues. So the 97 one, while I think it's beautiful and it is the most faithful adaptation of the Golden Age arc, mostly. There's still things about it like Skull Knight, who's a very, very important character, is just not in it. And I don't know why they did that, but he isn't. And that makes it so that the place where they have the cliffhanger that ends the 97 show it's like the most blue ball cliffhanger you can possibly imagine because you don't know how these characters get out of the situation because the answer in the manga is the character that was cut from that version is the one who saves them. And so the 2011 to 2013 movies that have since been converted into like episodes of a TV show, and they've added a couple. I think there's an extra full episode worth of content, and they cleaned up some of the animation. That's the Berserk Golden Age Arc Memorial Edition, which is probably the easiest one to watch for beginners because you also don't have to then worry about the crazy cliffhanger. But even it is it brushes past a lot of stuff. It cuts out characters like Wild, who is kind of the first big monster that they fight after Zod and just before the eclipse, which if you're Berserk fans, you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't worry about it. You should, if you care about all that stuff, read the manga. And
read the manga.
When you get there, it's probably best that you don't know too much about it. But the Black Swordsman arc's never been adapted. The Lost Children chapter, the Conviction arc's never been adapted. Conviction arc and Falcon of the Millennium Empire arc have been adapted in the 2016-2017 anime that looks
And
like...
we don't talk about that one.
Yeah, it looks like a PS3 game that isn't running right. So, like, it's...
like Gollum, then.
Well,
also by Embracer Group.
Yeah.
So I would actually say, and this pains me to say this, but Lord of Ring Gollum may actually look better than the 2016 season of Berserk.
Yeah, 2016, 2017, because it does adapt 2 arcs, and they're good arcs. So if like you absolutely will never ever read a manga and you don't want to wait for a adaptation that is good, you will still probably like the story that is told in that anime because it's based on incredible material. It's just not a good adaptation of it at all. And that's it. And there's other than fan animations, there's no other like TV or movie adaptations of Berserk that exist. So one of the best manga to ever exist has just not really had a proper adaptation ever. And so if you give it to a studio, like Japanese studio, I would say would probably be my preference, who is very, very good at animating things, especially animating action, and is willing to effectively do the Chainsaw Man route where, I mean, I've read the manga to Chainsaw Man and watched season 1, and it is like looking at storyboards if you're reading the manga and then comparing it to what's on the screen. Like it's effectively a 1-to-1 adaptation. And if you have someone just adapt all 42 volumes of Berserk like that, that will probably be one of the best anime ever to exist. But that's a big project, and you've got to get people involved who aren't going to want to throw their own spin on it. So there is a chance that if Netflix is the one with the money to get that, and they feel that Adi Shankar is the guy, that I just hope Berserk is something that means enough to Adi Shankar that that's what he wants to do. That he's like, no, I want to use this as storyboards. I don't want to add my own spin. I don't want to tone things down that might be culturally insensitive. I just want to put Berserk into a motion video format.
Yeah, I'm gonna blow this up. So basically, the second part of this, what's your vision for Duke Nukem? And this is before we jump onto something else. It's a middle finger to everybody. When Duke Nukem blew up, a bunch of people sat around trying to turn it into a brand when it's just a middle finger. Duke Nukem can't be made by a corporation because the moment a corporation makes Duke Nukem, it's no longer Duke Nukem. I don't intend on having anyone tell me what to do with this one.
Well, and I mean, maybe he's right, although at the same time, it's like, well, it's not so much a middle finger as it is a wink.
yes, Dick Suckum.
Oh, there you go.
Is that Linus Tech Tips? It is.
That is, yeah. It's Linus. Jesus.
Yeah, it does look a little
Dick
like
Suckum.
But it does, like, Duke Nukem isn't, it's not a middle finger to, like, all of the 80s and 90s action movies, which is what it is primarily spoofing. It's a wink at them. It's a respectful kind of like, yeah, no, this is us kind of putting this in the context of what's effectively a Doom game that has some nicer graphics and more interactivity. And that's kind of it.
This.
And like I think it's like the opposite problem of adapting Berserk, that it's like you can't adapt Duke Nukem unless you add narrative element into it. Yeah, I mean,
there it is.
I would watch that actually.
Like I doubt he'd do that, as much as that would be like the most modern.
That'd be the most Netflix thing to do.
What would be her name?
I've never seen such an accurate representation of me ever.
I know.
This needs to be your new avatar.
Yeah.
Yes.
That needs to be your new avatar. Just put a fucking flat cap on it.
I noticed when Andrew Matthews suggested Mappa. Mappa are the studio who they did Chainsaw Man, as well as the later seasons of Attack on Titan, like season 4, which is like 5 seasons. But
basically.
But yeah,
I've got a question about anime. Why are there's lots of anime fans in the world. A good proportion of them, or a proportion of them, will be billionaires. Are there any billionaire patrons of anime art that are paying for their favorite?
Thank fuck not.
To be adapted.
Nope.
Well, I mean, anime is very often adapted from manga, and generally it's just if a manga gets popular enough, it will be adapted into an anime in some form or another. I think one of the problems, though, with Berserk is that they seem to not want to just give the rights to it out often, which is what made the 2016 anime particularly strange, because it's like, if you were going to adapt Conviction and Falcon and the Millennium Empire, why did you give it to these guys?
Yeah.
And then I think even I read about it quite a bit while none of this stuff actually made it into my video really, but there was a big, I guess, creative difference where there was a bunch of guys that were like veterans of like more 2D style animation, even though pretty much everything's made on computers, and people who did 3D primarily, who kind of couldn't agree how much of the series should look 2D and how much of it should look 3D. So it ended up with a lot of push and pull, and then they were late on deadlines, so a lot of it was rushed and seems unfinished. So 2016, 2017 had a lot of problems. So while I would love to say that Studio Gaga, who is like, that's Kentaro Miura's studio, are just really picky about who they give Berserk adaptations to, and therefore they will always be good, that has not been the case. So I guess maybe like other than Mappa, I think one thing that might end up going really well, because they're going to have basically the pull to do almost whatever they want, is this September, Demon Slayer is finishing, and Ufotable or UFO Table, I guess depending on how you want to pronounce it, they just finished like a decade of making one of the most popular anime ever. So and they're very, very good at animating action. So I think that Ufotable would be probably a good pick. They're good at making seinen as well, which is the genre of Berserk, basically like dark fantasy, kind of sort of more in-depth lore-based character stuff, because they made one that I quite enjoyed called Fate Zero. Yeah, so I think Ufotable or UFO Table would be a good pick. Mappa, mostly the reason I think Mappa would be good is because I've read Chainsaw Man and seen Chainsaw Man, and they are certainly not opposed to just adapting the material as it exists on the page, which I think is exactly what Berserk needs.
I mean, plus Mappa also did both seasons for and the movie for Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh yeah, well there you go. Yeah, I almost forgot that was Mappa. I did watch Jujutsu Kaisen, but it was about a year ago now. It was a little
Hanayama, take us through this.
Yeah, so in funny news, because apparently people are really fucking dumb, because the first Berserker Kazan has been getting updates for like quite a while. Like they recently just reworked the entire skill tree, new weapon has been added, or rather a new weapon class has been added. And so now they just thought, okay, why not, just for the fun of it, like just for the lulz, if you now create a new, if you now basically go either into New Game Plus, or if you just start from scratch, in nowhere is written that Kazan is a dude. So they just had the fun idea to be like, okay, why not give you choice? If you want to play as the dude, play as the dude, or we now get a female Berserker, which is like, okay, fine. Immediately, the first fucking tweet I saw from some fucking schmuck was like, oh, did sales underperform? Lol? It's like, oh, you fucking cretin. You dumb fucking chode.
I mean, yeah, I think it could be simple as sometimes people just like playing as the sexy anime lady, so why not give them the choice if they want to?
Yes,
God forbid.
Yeah, it's that easy. And the model looks good. It's still the same fucking game. So obviously, voice actress has been added for Kazan's lines.
Yeah.
But the amount of stupidity. It's a free content patch. It's not even paid DLC. What do you mean sales are underperforming? They already hit their sales goal like fucking 3 months ago. It's like, you fucking balance.
Let's have a look at the trailer.
Oh, fuck yeah.
How you doing, Jacob? Good to see you, mate. Booba!
Your fate awaits.
Yeah, quite happy with that. I see everything right.
Time to go now. Let's go.
38 seconds, I'll be back.
And that's just the default armor.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
That's gonna give people a reason to play again.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. I'll play that. Sexy boob lady. Oh, fuck yeah. How you doing, Titch? Good to see you, mate. This is in-game engine.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I have played the demo. It does run better than this if you're playing it. 'Cause, this is a video sharing thing, not a. The game is this choppy thing.
Oh no, the game runs perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Oh, is it choppy on your screen? Sorry, I'm watching it in 4K on mine. It's perfect.
Yeah, like it's StreamYard has the same problem. It's just when I think they cap the frame rate for video sharing and screen sharing to 30 FPS, and when you have a 60 FPS trailer, it tends to sometimes not look good.
Yeah, apologies, guys. I was watching that glorious 4K. And I was thinking,
we had a good time.
Pause on Boozer's man.
So I'll watch it later for 38 seconds and then be done with it.
Mate.
That's fine.
Yeah, no, like I think that games giving you a reason to go back to them is not a bad thing. I don't have a problem with that at all.
No,
Absolutely.
It
No,
just
that looks
keeps-
fantastic.
keeps people interested. Repeatability and playability, it means a lot to people because I mean, at the end of the day, whether you pay for a game, whether you play it for free or whatever, the idea is keep your players interested. Keep your players interested, and your game will have legs.
Was that game on Game Pass?
I don't believe so, but
No,
there is
I don't think it
there's
is.
a demo. There's a demo on Steam that your save file carries over, so you can play at least a few bosses of it.
Right on, cool.
I don't think I got to the end of the demo. I definitely beat the first major boss, and yeah, it's good. It's a Souls-like, so I mean, if you're up for a Souls-like, then I think it's a pretty well playing one.
Yeah.
It came out at around the time that I was pretty tapped out on Souls-likes. I actually did recently get back into. I played the Liza P DLC. But
Nice,
even after that, I think I'm ready to like not play a Souls game for a little while because I've played a whole bunch of them, and I don't want to get totally sick of them and never want to play them again. But but if you're in the mood for one though, from what I played at First Berserker Kazan, it was quite good. So I'd probably still say my strong recommendation is to play Liza P because I think that's one of the best ones. Even I think it's better than a lot of From Software's games, but which is my hot take, I guess, for Liza P. But First Berserker Kazan was definitely fun from what I've played of it, and I believe the demo is on Steam if you want to give it a shot.
It's been on my list. Same thing with Tainted. What's the other one? Tainted Grey, I think, is a newer game.
Tainted Grail. That one's
Grail,
that one's sort of more like a Bethesda type RPG, though, right? Like,
I think based on a board game.
Polish studio.
Yes.
Yeah.
I never played
Awakened
Kazan.
Realms.
So speaking your language, then, Paul.
Yeah. So at least from the people I've talked to that have played Tainted Grail, they're just like, yeah, no, like I don't care about Oblivion remastered because Tainted Grail is better. So like, that's not my opinion. I've actually, even though I have Game Pass and could play Oblivion remastered, I kind of just put it on my wish list. I'm like, when it's super cheap, and I'll get the Steam version, then mod it to hell at some point. But I played the hell out of Oblivion when it came out initially, so. That's one, I don't know. It's another thing that like big, huge open world games, I don't always feel like rushing right back to. But sorry, that's my phone going.
Nah, you're right, mate. Dante celebrating 3 months of membership. Shut up and take my money.
Dante
and then
legend.
We've got Rick comes through. Rick Cleary celebrates 15 months of membership. All you lesser Muppets, bow before my rank. Bless ya. I don't think we've had any...
I'm just pretty much every rank is above mine except for privates.
Yep. we do have privates on my ranks military base.
Although, hey, Canadian Navy initial ranks are no longer called seamen. They've switched them to sailors.
Good change. Very good change.
Used to be. Oh god, what was the first one? Able seaman was when
Able
you're
seaman.
trade qualified. Leading seaman is a corporal, and then master seaman is like the master corporal rank, but for Navy. And they switched it to Sailor 1, Sailor 2, Sailor 3, and Master Sailor.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of seamen.
Go from the sailor ranks to right to the petty officer rank, so you don't have to worry about being a seaman anymore.
Oh, good.
Gender neutral seaman.
See, the UK is still with your
Ordinary
sailor.
seaman. Yeah, it was ordinary seaman, able seaman, leading seaman.
Yeah.
Now they're Sailor 1, 2, and 3, or 3, 2. And
leading rate with the Killicks, then you've got your petty officers, then you've got your chief petty officers. They're my epaulets from my time in the armed forces.
Oh wow, you got to CPO, nice.
Yeah.
Second class first. You guys have 2 classes of them?
So we've got chief petty officer is the first class. Then you've got one step up, which is warrant officer class 2, and then warrant officer class 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So for ours, like the sergeant equivalent for Navy is Chief Petty Officer 2, second class, and then Master Warrant Officer would be Chief Petty Officer, and then
gotcha.
Actually, kind of think of it. What Navy Chief? I'm actually not sure what they are called. Huh. Interesting.
Lord of Seamen.
The equivalent ranks in the Army are Warrant Officer, Master Warrant Officer, Chief Warrant Officer. They're pretty easy.
Yeah, just at the time that I got injured, I had my papers raised because I was going to go down the gunnery officer route. So I had my papers raised to come back to the UK and then go through Dartmouth and go to officer school and do all that shite. But instead, I decided to injure myself and get medically discharged from the armed forces. So
I've managed to avoid that this year, at least so far. So that's kind of when I was more strictly focusing on like trying to get YouTube to full time. I was kind of on my way to medically released, but I've got myself away from that path. So yeah, my military career is doing pretty well these days.
Side question, Jack. Is that a stuffed animal? Since when have you had a dog?
Yeah, who is the puppy?
This is a real Chihuahua. It came with the hotel room.
Rocky's a Chihuahua.
What the fuck kind of hotels are you going to?
Rocky's one that you don't often hear though. He doesn't growl on stream. The growls are almost always JoJo.
It's always JoJo, isn't it? Bless.
If there's a ring at the doorbell, you'll hear Rocky barking though.
I'm staying in a 70s themed hotel here on the Vegas Strip. And the dog came with the hotel room.
That's pretty cool.
Hold on a minute. You're actually in Vegas?
No, mate. I'm looking after the dog for my parents.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure you're still at home, but it's your parents' wallpaper. It looks like a 70s Vegas hotel on the fucking strip. I'm waiting for you to just go down the road and just get married to some fucking slap whore or something.
Jack is actually talking to us directly from the 70s.
It could be.
That's why everything is a shade of beige.
That would explain it, especially in the States.
Everyone's a shade of wheat.
70s.
That's what it's all
Everything
about.
was painted in beige, yellow, and depression.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And crack. Lots of crack.
50 Shades of Shite.
50 Shades of absolute shite.
What's the dog's name?
Treacle.
What?
Treacle.
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 Treacle?
Yeah.
Like fecal matter? But
like fecal matter.
Gotcha.
But
Okay, gotcha.
You know what? So Yanni, you know what treacle
Pick up
is?
Treacle's fecal.
No,
The
I don't.
Americans
so
might not know what treacle is.
You know your black molasses?
What?
Sugar. Black molasses.
Yeah, molasses.
That's treacle.
Is it?
Black molasses is treacle. Interesting.
Kind of.
Bobby.
Basically it is.
It's like a sweet toffee syrup from sugar refining.
Oh,
black
okay.
molasses.
Okay. Interesting.
Tastes like shit.
Thank you.
Tastes
The more
like
you
shit,
know.
yeah. So does shit.
Yeah, but
So
it
does
tastes
shit.
like shit, just like shit. But the idea is you put it with something else. It's a constituent ingredient.
Yeah.
You don't just stick your
could
fucking
put a bit in a
spoon.
ginger
You don't
loaf.
make a pint of treacle.
It's not like
not
Golden
like being
Lyle,
in the Navy.
Tate and Lyle's golden syrup, which was great on a spoon.
And even better on cornflakes.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for
What?
explaining that to me.
That's a luxury.
You have bloody Tate and golden syrup on cornflakes.
Try it.
You're fucking well weird. You are.
Try it.
No, you're fucking weird.
So tell us how long you've had diabetes, Greg.
So you're telling me, Yana, you've never had a treacle tart?
No, I have no idea. I've never heard that before in my
you are
life.
missing out.
He's not joking as well. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
just can't. When you say treacle, I can't unhear fecal. So when you say treacle tart, I hear
Right.
fecal.
I'm gonna sort this out. I'm gonna sort it out. Treacle. And then
Show the red tin.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking. What do you think I'm doing, you
I
tit?
thought you were looking up a tart as usual.
Look, Lyle's Black Treacle, a British
Why I gotta
term
be
for
black?
Just go with it. Go with it. Uncrystallized syrup produced during sugar refining with golden syrup is a light treacle, and black treacle, dark molasses. Thank you very much indeed, Tombi.
Oh, interesting.
Black
Yeah, there you
treacle
go.
specifically has a dark, rich, and slightly bitter flavor, often used in baking and confectionery. 100% all the time.
And now we need the more you know jingle.
Yeah. Baking. Treacle is a key ingredient in British recipes, including sticky toffee pudding, gingerbread, cakes, and treacle tarts.
There we go.
Oh, yes.
And yes, it's also used in licorice, which is fucking gopping.
Yeah, it is disgusting.
Yeah. And also, it's used in barbecue sauces.
That makes sense.
I don't think I've ever met anyone who likes licorice, and yet we still keep making it.
I love licorice. Shut the fuck up.
Hold on a minute. Yanni,
out.
you like licorice?
I love licorice. Yes.
Holy shit.
Like black licorice?
Terrible.
Yeah.
I like licorice too.
Hey.
Yes. Licorice is fucking nasty.
He's just saying that. He's bullshitting. He doesn't like
I
licorice
actually
at all.
really like licorice. I especially like licorice all sorts. Especially the little
Dirty
bird
baskets.
that you get in a packet.
Oh, God.
Dirty bassets.
You're making me hungry.
Dirty bassets.
Well, you know,
Dirty
like
bastards.
Twizzlers sucks.
Twizzlers.
Twizzlers sucks. You
Do you-
have like legitimate.
Yeah.
There's like legitimate licorice out there that's like actually pretty like good.
Yeah. Like authentic licorice. Like
Right,
good
exactly.
licorice.
Yeah, it just doesn't exist on this planet.
Authentic licorice, though, used to come from the plant, though. It
Yeah.
used to be a root.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yep.
Yeah. Which you
You
still
get that good authentic
get
stuff. Oh,
to a
delicious.
degree in the UK. There's
Get
certain
in Canada too.
still use it.
Pioneer Village is like kind of a tourist destination that's like kind of on the outskirts of Toronto. It's almost like an old sort of like Amish village kind of deal,
Yeah.
but it's yeah, you can get licorice root there that you can chew on, and it actually to me tastes a lot better than licorice.
Yeah.
At least as far as I remember, last time I was there it was probably like 12.
And it does make your mouth as black as anything else, yeah. Does stay in the insides. Eclectic Goats has joined us as well. How you doing? Hey, old Tombi,
Hey,
panel in chat. Eclectic Goat is going to join us next month on the panel. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Right, Kazan, done.
Apple eater in the chat there. Licorice, you all can go fuck yourselves.
Who said that? Oh, yeah. Apple eater is like 100%. 100%.
Apples are
Yeah.
It's not the preferred candy.
No, it's definitely not.
No.
Sorry, Yarn.
Starvation is an option.
I would take a good
Judas,
apple over
how
licorice.
dare
root any
you?
day.
I've had one person on my side. Y'all suck.
Starvation is an option, or you just use it as a pen. You just lick the end and use it to draw with.
No, I do agree with that though. You know, there are other candies that I'd prefer to eat. You know, licorice is
all
one
of them.
I eat when I want to hate myself.
Exactly.
Okay, hold on. Husband, wonderful husband of mine. Oh man, now I'm
Don't
getting
drag him
dragged
into
down by the
this.
husband.
She's gonna drag the husband closer to the mic just for support.
I was about to say, is she full cam because he's gonna throw his hand in there or something? Or
No, husband
Yeah,
says he
he's
likes
going to
licorice
start
too.
throwing licorice gang signs.
Ha! There we go. Yes. Everett, say it again.
I like black licorice, and I don't care.
Did you almost say I like big
You
butts?
like licking black people, you just don't care. Right, gotcha.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I think that lost a bit in translation.
What
Jack,
matters is right.
Jack,
Hey,
I think you're okay. You are
I'm
finally
in.
going to get licked.
You're in.
I'm in.
It's like cilantro for some people, you know. It's
You
just
know
like
what?
some
Forget
people get it,
Yanni.
some people don't.
Our
I
husband,
know.
comrade.
I turned my attention away from you guys for 2 seconds, and I was looking at my wonderful husband, and you guys are doing what?
We're what?
See, that's what happens when you pay attention. When you don't pay attention for 2 seconds, you miss
I've-
it.
I've been the same profile pic I've been since the beginning of the show, man.
Yep. Appalita over on Rumble says licorice scent is what they use on rubber fish tackle that they do to attract fish.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
that's
it
why I
does serve a
can't eat it.
Purpose.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's where I rub it on my dick.
Who wants to see some racist shit going on in the UK? As if we have to ask any fucking questions. Internship for a job at Transport for London. Just for everyone's information, Transport for London is run directly by the mayor of London. So he's
Sir
in charge of the
Sadiq Khan.
Yes, the man who loves all
Just
white
been knighted.
people. Learn the essential skills you need to start your career in industries like public relations, public affairs, or marketing environments. How long? 11 months. A London-based hybrid working job anticipated 1 to 2 days on average in the office, subject to working patterns and business requirements. A bursary of £21,824, reviewed in line with the London living wage. But what you'll need, you must be of black, Asian, minority ethnic background, defined as having some African, Afro-Caribbean, Asian, or other non-white heritage.
I think it's funny that they throw non-white in there at the end, because if they were going to say that at all, they probably could have just started with it and then just not written anything else. It's like what you'll need and not be white.
As long as you are not white, you can apply. Come to this job. Which is
Pure
why...
racism.
Yeah, it's absolutely massive.
that's not cool.
And it's rife. And the problem is that this is happening in the UK, and whilst we all accept that it's completely racist, nothing's being done about it. It's
Yeah,
not
no
being
one complains
challenged.
enough about it. No one takes any action about it at all.
But it's even worse than that, because those people that do complain about this being racist then end up having the coppers knocking at your door because you've caused someone anxiety because you've said something and calling out their racism. So
And
you
then
get in
you'll
trouble
get
for
labelled
it.
as a racist as well.
Correct. So it all gets flipped back on to the person that complains. The UK. Why do everybody think that me and the wife are actually leaving the UK? Is because it's not for people like me anymore. It's not for Greg. It's not for Jack. Jack's black, but a lesbian too. So I suppose he's fine.
You'll fit right in.
I've got
technically,
And he's in Birmingham. Perfect.
He's in Birmingham.
I mean,
I did too.
I'm a cripple. Can I go there? And like, do I count?
But the problem is just because you are part cripple, you are still the wrong shade of cripple.
I mean, I'm Italian.
you're not
so I
allowed
don't
it.
know.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
Do I?
That's way
but-
too
yeah,
white
but-
these days, Mark.
Yeah, that still counts as white, so you're still.
Yeah.
Which is, it's so
Summer
funny
is
because
upon
it wasn't that
us.
long
Give
ago
me-
that
give me
Italian wasn't white.
5 hours out in the sun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
It's a little bit we won't be white anymore. Just
But
give us-
5 hours in the sun and Mark's going to look like Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, pretty much.
hold on. I've got a video for that. I've got a video.
What
for
do
that.
you mean, you people?
Vaffanculo.
Fuck. Where is it? What?
Oh,
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
Yeah, what do you
Yes.
mean, you people?
there you go.
What do you mean, you people?
The
And
alien
unfortunately-
mothership is in orbit here. If we can hit that bullseye, the rest of the dominoes will fall
Can't
like
hear
a
the
house
sound
of
for it.
cards.
Yeah.
Oh.
Checkmate.
Oh, I can. It's okay.
Oh, don't worry. The chat can. The chat's laughing.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
The chat's laughing. But the thing is that even if you are disabled and you're autismed and you tick like 2 boxes, as long as your skin's white, you're not fucking invited. You're not part of the club.
Well,
All right,
especially
nice.
if you're a dude
Yep.
too. God forbid you be a white dude.
Yeah.
Well, so far
Fuck
they've
me.
decided to not kick me out of the military, so I guess my job is safe here for now. But
I'd give it another 5 minutes, Mark.
Yeah.
You
Well,
wouldn't have
I
been
know.
safe, Mark, if Kamala had gotten elected.
I think
so.
I'm also a medic, so like they spent a lot of money training me. I feel like they're probably not going to want to get rid of me. I'm also like 12 years away from retirement, so like I think at this point they'll be like, no, it's good. In fact, technically, my title is changing on the 30th. I will no longer be a medical technician. I will be a combat medic.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah, so they've been doing a bunch of fancy things with name changing, and they
Hats
split
off
the
to
medic
that.
trade up into paramedic and combat medic, even though the titles don't really make sense because like I work in a clinic, so like I have been a medic at a field unit before, but I don't do that now, and like now is the time in my career that I'm going to be referred to as a combat medic when I'm spending all of my time indoors in garrison. So
Because just inside fighting all that paperwork.
Well, I mean, every so often I go out and do like range coverage if they're like blowing stuff up because you can't do explosives when you don't have a medic on scene. So I mean, that's the closest to field work I do these days, though. So
So when I obviously was in the armed forces, I was mostly on mine hunters, and because mine hunters there is a lot smaller number of people on board, all of the titles are elevated. So me as a leading hand, I joined small ships back in 2003 as the deputy weapon engineering officer.
There you go.
I'd been in the mob for like 3 freaking years. Obviously, roll on another couple of years, and then I'm the weapons engineering officer on small ships.
I'm still going to be a corporal, and I'm still going to get paid the same amount of money. It's just they gave me a different MOS ID and a different title. MOS ID being the like digits of number. Like we have a number that basically relates to what our job is in the army, and basically the medical technician trade, which is what Canadian Army medics were called, is now being split into paramedic and combat medic. So
Interesting.
Gotcha. Well, if you're white, you're not invited to apply for the jobs. So good luck next time. Move to America because it's probably going to be easier.
Come on over.
Yeah, I can't fucking wait. But Andy Matthews for the 2 whole dibdobs. Important question, Yanni: tofurkey or licorice?
Licorice. Definitely. I prefer
I mean, I'm not opposed to vegetarian meals, but I don't like it when vegetarian meals try to simulate meat. I think that makes it weirder. I was like, I just like, hey, just give me something with like avocado in it if you're gonna if you want to give me like something with like substantial nutrition that isn't just a salad, and don't try to make me think I'm eating a steak when I'm eating a big block of soybean paste.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I will never defend it.
Eclectic Goat asked, Tom, did you see the nonsense with WDF Games today? Yes, I actually responded to him and called him a fucking idiot.
I do know who that is.
So WDF Games is a lot of tabletop RPG dice games related. But basically, he was calling everybody Nazis if they were on the MAGA Trump side, and was basically just imploding. Believe it or not, he actually led one of these videos, kind of like explaining the situation, that his business has been going on under for 4 years, yet blames Trump. I'm like,
oh my God.
Trump's only been in office for like 6 months.
Does anyone know what my political views are? This is like almost a rhetorical question because I just don't ever talk about politics because I just talk about video games and movies and stuff on the internet. Like I don't know why people who deal with things like gaming feel that they have to be like, oh well, this is happening because boom, my politics all over the Twitter. It's like, guys, you don't have to engage with that at all. If your online career is built around escapism, you don't have to constantly be talking about politics. It's not required.
It's been demonstrated time and time again that when you express political views as a business or as a creator or whatever, then you lose 50% of the existing fan base because you piss off half the people.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, that's like kind of always been my thing. It was like, look, like I do like some games and movies made by people who I would not agree with politically on both sides of the fence, and I just don't necessarily think that their vote that happens once every 4 years or so really should factor in how I how I engage with their art. Like my stance on that is just like, well, if say, I mean, like for example, like to bring it back to like the Adi Shankar thing, who really did an insane job overly politicizing Devil May Cry. I didn't not like it because I don't agree with his politics. I didn't like it because it was bad. Like I was like, you maybe could have done that in a way that was like, yeah, it says it has a lot of political commentary in it, but it was actually a very good show that told an interesting story with good characters. But it's like, no, you left out that part though.
I still think that Thriller is one of the greatest albums of all time. I just don't particularly like Michael Jackson's stance towards children.
Yeah, and I mean, like that, I've seen, actually, I think Razor Fist made a video that sort of it did a bit of an expose on some of the people who made those allegations and what their motivations may have been. So I wasn't there. I wasn't one of the children who were ever at Neverland Ranch, but at least that take on it kind of made it sounds like, no, he actually is just like not the way people call us man children, but I think Michael Jackson was like literally a man child and it wasn't doing sexual stuff towards the kids. He just literally wanted to be a kid.
He literally played in his own playgrounds.
Go on, Nick.
Yeah, I remember seeing him talk about it at one point where I think because of the industry that he was surrounded by, and obviously like he's talked a lot about people who have been shady as shit and who's been involved with like mistreating other people in the industry, like with rape, sexualization, and I can't think of the guy, the big producer, head of that label. I'm totally blanking on it, but anyway,
Quincy Jones.
Yeah, but anyway, he talked about how being around kids made him feel like a sense of like joy, and it was like his escapism to feel like a kid again, where he's just like, I don't have to deal with the dramas of being an adult and having all this harsh drama. So it was just like, I'm going to be a kid and hang out with kids. But obviously like he wasn't thinking about the perspective of other people, like kind of looking at it with that sort of lens, even back then, like 20 years ago or even longer than that, like it wasn't quite the same. But yeah, it's definitely like interesting how all that kind of is perceived and spoke about. Even the fact that after he's dead now, it's just, what was the actual truth? I mean, we'll never fully know, but
yeah, and that's kind of why I wouldn't ever argue to be like, oh no, Michael Jackson actually did nothing wrong, like nothing, because it's like, well, I mean, ultimately, I don't know, and he was definitely a strange guy.
Exactly. The argument is fundamentally to separate the product that someone produces from the person.
Yeah, and I think though that the things MJ was accused of are probably the thing that would push me over the line of not being able to enjoy their product if it was just indisputably true. Yeah. But I think like for example, I think I would have trouble watching one of the Jeepers Creepers movies, knowing everything I now know about the guy who made those. Like it's like I had thought the first Jeepers Creepers movie was a pretty decent like schlocky monster movie, but I don't know that I'd be able to watch it without thinking about what I know about that director, which, hey, if you like Jeepers Creepers, maybe don't ever look it up.
Oh, well, mate, you can't do that, Mark. You're going to have to tell us now.
I mean, it's stuff I would rather not talk about. Like,
you really don't want to know if you don't know.
Yeah, like it's...
I'll Google it later.
Yeah,
like I said, it's definitely not what I want to be delving into, especially on someone else's show.
Do I need to open an incognito window?
I mean, no, I'm sure if you just Wikipedia the movie, you'll be able to, like, they'll say something about it in the wiki. So I doubt you'd have to look very hard.
You wouldn't have to look very hard at all. Just to bring up the point that Eclectic Goat was talking about earlier. So Wonderfield is the game's business. Also put out, want to wager that 90% of the accounts on here are fake. It's just gotten worse since Elon Musk took over and converted it to a platform for the Fourth Reich. And he threw a load more out there. And I just simply said, if your business model is dying on that hill of yours, you'll ensure that your games die on a shelf, because you are going to turn off the very people that you want to buy your games. Yes. Don't put your political agenda in front of people as if it's a way of gatekeeping your content or trying to control the narrative, because it will fucking backfire. And if you've got a business, you're self-sabotaging. You are literally self-sabotaging your own product for a message, for ideology. Just keep it to yourselves. It's irrelevant. You want to put a game in front of someone, keep everything else out of it, put the game in front of people. People will buy it, people will flock to it, people will play it, people will recommend it, people will have second-hand value down the line when they're trading it for other things. The second you open your mouth and you say some dumb shit like this, people turn off. And then he blames everybody that supports Trump, even though this started happening 3 and a bit years ago.
It's like, yeah, if you can't do the math on that, buddy, it's no wonder your business is going down.
Yeah.
Fucking math like that.
But I'm looking at their website, right? They're the publishers of a game called Giant Lands RPG, which I remember hearing of a couple of years ago. James Ward, who was the managing editor for TSR under Gary Gygax, he was one of the original producers for Dungeons and Dragons, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and edited the second edition, made several changes to AD&D first edition that made it second edition, made it more friendly to, the Satanic Panic at the time. He made some editing changes that would make it more palatable to those groups. But he also produced the first science fiction role-playing game, Metamorphosis Alpha. He passed away recently, but he's one of the old school, white, the group of people that came up and made these games, Gamma World. He created Gamma World, and he's on their front page, the creator of Giant Lands.
Here you go. I'll just show you this. So this is the one that really kicked it off. In fact, we worked with a lot of Larry, Steve, Jeff to make the art for Giant Lands more representative and inclusive. The premise: what if in the future there were no white people? James Ward loved it too. Larry always tried to sneak in people of color into his TSR art, though he was often denied his attempts to make D&D less white. So we decolonized the RPG and made a future where the USA and white people don't exist.
Okay, if you ever say the word decolonized, you've lost the argument, whatever argument you make.
Okay, so I'm willing to bet that Giant Lands, as they are presenting it now, is very tangentially the Giant Lands that James Ward produced.
Yes.
And he has since died, so they've probably fucked off all of his stuff and injected a bunch of woke shit into it.
Yes, 100%. That is exactly what's happening. And that's exactly what's happened.
How is excluding an entire group of people somehow inclusionary? That's some 1984 newspeak bullshit.
So, I mean, especially if you consider the thing that the guy was initially complaining about with like Elon Musk turning Twitter into the Fourth Reich. So there are people on the internet who are like white people that are pretty racist and do want like there to be a world where there's only white people and like other people just go away. All stuff like saying, "Oh yeah, isn't it great that we've made it so that there's no more white people in this game, and isn't that awesome?" and pat us on the back. You're just creating more of those people.
Yes, exactly.
While being one of those people.
You're feeding it.
It's like all you're doing is that you're telling those people that they have a reason to be thinking the fucked up shit that they think, and making them feel like it's not smoke. Like they're actually is fire there.
They're feeding the imaginary machine that they believe exists.
Morgan Freeman said it best on an interview.
Exactly.
How do we deal with racism? Stop talking about it.
Yes.
Stop referring to me as a black man. I'll stop referring to you as a white man, and we'll just be men.
And we'll just be men.
Yeah.
Fucking Larry King
and
live,
even then,
right?
we'd still be second-class citizens these days.
But like, I mean, with that mentality, that do you just mean men in general? Okay,
men in general. Yeah.
No, but like, I mean, I guess it's the Martin Luther King idea, right? Where it's just like, hey, like, what if it's like the content of our character and not our superficial characteristics, essentially. And I think that's always kind of the way I've looked at all that stuff, which is why I'm also never going to be the type of person that if a game trailer starts and there's a black protagonist, I'm not going to be like, "Oh, woke DEI, this sucks, I'm not playing this." I'll be like, "Wait, no, hold on. What game is this? Does it look good? Is there anything about this that looks interesting?"
Right. This is 100% the problem. Because JDA, I mean, not that I want to talk about JDA, but he's the first one who jumps on a woke bandwagon when they were creating a game where Zelda was the lead character, and it's like we've been after this for fucking 20 years.
Right.
We've been asking for this for 20 years. Then it was the Ghost of Tsushima, the second game, Yotai.
Yeah, Ghost of
And
Tsushima.
immediately it was jumping on the woke bandwagon because the protagonist was going to be female.
Yeah.
Yes, the voice actress has got some things to deal with.
The
But
English
thing is-
voice actress.
but the thing is, the game has only got one element in its IP, which is Tsushima. This is the second game. Who's to say that second game can't have a female protagonist?
And I mean, my thing with that was actually, speaking of Razor Fist, like he and I got into kind of a fight over that, because I just said like, hey, like how about we like give this game more than a 2-minute trailer that's mostly music and has nothing to do about its story, a bit more time before we decide that it's Sony doing woke DEI garbage. Because I was like, hey guys, you remember 2020 when The Last of Us Part 2 came out, and pretty much everyone that is now arguing that Ghost of Tsushima is woke trash, or sorry, Ghost of Yotai is woke trash, was saying that Ghost of Tsushima was the best game of that year and that it it should have won all the Game of the Year awards over The Last of Us. And it was like, for all we know, especially at that time, because I think now there's been a bit more controversy, because I think some of the Dragon Age Veilguard writers are like writing on Ghost of Yotai, which is to me a bigger concern than, well, the actress is kind of insufferable on Twitter, because I don't know, like, I mean, I don't feel like there'd be a whole bunch of Hollywood actors that would be super awesome people to just hang out with and would totally agree with you on everything. Like, I think that it's maybe possible that you can put on a performance in a thing that is written well, even if you're, you know, kind of an insufferable activist. If you're good at what you do, I ultimately don't care. It's like, are you going to make a good performance in this game?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I didn't really care about the voice actress. And even then, like, I mean, if the writing in the game is primarily good and the Veilguard people either pulled out some decent stories or are not the main writers, like if they're just writing like flavor text and things like that, then I don't really care. But I was like, how about we give Sucker Punch a chance to fail before we decide that they fail? Because I mean, a lot of people like Ghost of Tsushima and they've not made any other games since, so you're rating them on the previous game that they made in that series that you loved, and because there's a lady as the protagonist in this one, it's therefore bad. And I'm like, well, I'm not saying Ghost of Yotai is going to be great for sure, because I would have probably told you The Last of Us Part 2 was going to be great for sure, because I like The Last of Us, and that turned out to be incorrect about that. But I still need to know more about it before I decide my opinion on it. I think that the big problem with people reacting to superficial news is they decide their opinions before there's any actual information.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
I just
It's a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah, and I can't do that. I can't ever be that guy. Even if like ultimately if I was like trying to push to be a big YouTuber, I know that I could probably capture a lot of audience if I just gave the reaction that my audience is expecting me to have to all the new news that comes out. But I'm just like, that's not ever the type of YouTuber I wanted to be. So I didn't want to be a political firebrand. I wanted to be a guy who talks about video games and does a good job of analyzing them. So that's what I try really hard to do.
Yeah.
And
question for the panel: who is into their figurines and collecting their figurines?
Me.
Oh yeah, I got a real doll the other day.
Yeah.
God damn it, Jack.
Was it self-cleaning?
No.
Oh.
No, well, you need to get the version 4, buddy.
I don't have a lot these days. If Metroid Prime 4 gets some new amiibos, I might pick those up. But yeah, other than that, I don't really like. I've got a lot of stuff. I don't need much more clutter. So
so I can't remember who linked this one, but
Stellar Blade segue. I think it was Smu who posted
there
this.
you go.
Snap.
Who's making that? What's the company?
I
see the logo.
Passion Create.
How much? I don't know who they are.
No.
Well, quarter
waterproof
scale.
by
So
chance?
if it's quarter scale, it's probably pretty expensive. It's like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be big. That's gonna be
huge.
All we're looking at right now is thick
with
hits.
the 2B costume too. Look at that.
Yeah.
They better be waterproof. Is all.
Yeah, they're
I'm
all going to be
saying.
huge.
And I mean, though, like I think though, Figures like statues like this, I think, are probably a better thing to go for if you're the type of person that wants to get like that would get collector's editions of games. I think collector's editions games are for the most part like entire ripoffs these days. So if you really like a game and you're a big fan of it, I'd say like save some money and get like a nicer statue if you really enjoy one.
Low key, it might sell out.
It probably is going to, but the quarter scales though are generally like that's going to be in the hundreds for sure. Like
358.
and
$358.
that's English pounds too. So for us, it'd probably be like
not bad.
Canadian money. You're probably looking at like $550.
$1 million.
I have not even bought the PC version of Stellar Blade yet, so I'm definitely not dropping $500 on a statue of Eve. But
they do look
I
good, though.
played the game on PS5 though. I'll wait till it's
Tombi.
It's selling well enough that it doesn't need my help right now.
yeah.
It seems to be the case.
I would recommend it if you've not played it. I think Stellar Blade's a good one to play.
Funnily enough, they just updated that they sold on PC. The PC port for Stellar Blade is over 1.5 million.
Yeah,
nice.
It's good for them.
Holy shit!
Hell yeah.
I still think though that if you want to play a Korean Souls like Liza P is the better game.
Liza P. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Now,
to be fair, they never marketed Stellar Blade as a Souls-like. They immediately marketed that one as more of an action RPG, and Lies of P was marketed as a Souls-like.
Yeah, although I mean the combat in Stellar Blade is Souls-like, like I said, and like you do have rest points that respawn the enemies. Like there's a lot of Souls elements of it. I'd say the thing that makes it less Soulsy is the amount of defensive options you have.
Yeah, defensive options, the gadgets, the burst moves, and all that stuff. But they at least marketed, be like, no, this is primarily an action game with like Souls combat, but it's more focused to be the easier going action game than Lies of P. Yeah. They straight up came out and be like, no, this is a Souls like fuck you.
Lies of P does have difficulty modes now though. That is something that they added with the
new game.
Yeah, with the DLC, the Overture. Yeah. And hey, Overture does contain a sexy redhead, so there is that.
So this is the maker of the game talking about the beauty points of the female butt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where's the audio?
Booty.
성적인 부위로 인식하긴 하지만 아티스트가 생각하는 그 엉덩이에 대해서 한번 여쭤보고 싶은데
이제 엉덩이를 얘기하려면 골반을 이야기를 해야 됩니다. 골반은 기본적으로 내장을
I love the fact.
Starting at the core of the issue.
스파인이 휘어져 있고 그 다음에
I love the fact that he's so detailed about talking about
기울어요. 그래서 여자는 내장이 약간 앞으로 쓸려 나와서 배가 조금씩 나옵니다. 그러면서 거기서 고관으로 가면서 생기는 게 비너스의 언덕이라는 곳이에요. 그리고 여성 같은 경우는 근육보다 지방의 양이 많기 때문에 엉덩이가 근육 라인이 잘 지방에서 쌓여진 엉덩이고 다리 사이의 경계가 아주 뚜렷하지만 옆에서 보이는 그런 힘을 줄 때 나오는 근육들이 선수가 아닌 이상은 잘 보이지 않습니다. 굉장히 덩어리를 감을 표현을 해주죠. 그게 허벅지라는 굉장히 인체 에서 가장 큰 근육과 지방이 가장 두꺼운 것이라고 할 수 있지만 허리 내장 안에 근육이 아니라 등에 내장과 뼈와 이런 것들이 있잖아요. 그래서 지방과 근육으로 이루어져서 그게 남자는 약간 딱딱해요. 골반뼈도 튀어나와 있기도 하고 승마살 같은 건 남자는 거의 없으니까. 근데 여성은 그 지방으로 채워서 선으로 만듭니다. 그렇기 때문에 그 부분이 굉장히 아름다울 수밖에 없어요.
Is this okay to be aired? Of course.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. I mean, even if they were speaking English, I would have assumed they were Japanese.
Yeah,
it's Korean.
Yeah, it's Korean.
It's Korean.
Racist.
Japanese or Korean because they fucking know that shit.
How many people have seen the euthanasia bill that's just gone through UK governments right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I got to get going soon because I got to feed the dogs. But I could probably jump off to talk about the last thing we were saying that I could talk about from
go for
the Stellar Blade thing. So the director also recently said that he has no problem with people modding the game and doesn't want to take down mods, be they adult content mods or what, because his view is that once you've bought the game, it's yours and you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, buddy.
There's a company that a lot of people really love that does not feel that way at all. Nintendo, who just released a system where they don't want you doing anything other than what precisely they want you to do with it. Otherwise, they will brick your console. And I've actually heard that now there are people who have been returning within the return period their bricked consoles to like Best Buy and Walmart, and they've been being resold. So people are buying Nintendo Switch units that are entirely deactivated and you can't do anything with them at all. So yeah, that's
there was a truckload of 2,300 Nintendo Switch 2s stolen last week in America.
And
it was on its way to GameStop's main warehouse, I think.
So theoretically, the way Nintendo's registration works, they would probably be able to deactivate those as well, because your serial number is tied to your Nintendo account.
I think they probably leave them active and then chase down the people that activate them through the IP addresses so that they can find out who nicked them.
I mean, maybe, but like I don't think Nintendo cares about recovering them from, because they've sold those units to like Best Buy or Walmart. Like it would be Walmart or Best Buy that would want to track them down. So I don't know that Nintendo would even care. Like those units are paid for as far as they're concerned. But just if Best Buy says, hey, these are stolen units, it's all these serial numbers from this one to this one, then Nintendo does have the means to identify your Nintendo account that registers with that stolen serial number and then just deactivate that unit entirely and make it so that it is a very expensive paperweight. And I did pick up a Nintendo Switch 2 only because I sold my Switch OLED, which had its own set of backfires on, mostly because I was like, okay, well, it is backwards compatible, so I'll be able to play all my Switch 1 games on it. And I sold the OLED in December, like before Switch 2's release date and stuff was announced. I heard enough talk about the backwards compatibility that I was like, maybe I'll check it out. This thing is a total waste of money, everybody. I do not recommend buying one at all right now, because almost no games are upgraded for Switch 2. Metroid Prime Remaster has nothing done to it, even though the big thing they're touting, the 4K 60 FPS, 1080p 120 FPS mode for is Metroid Prime 4 and mouse control. None of those things are available now in Metroid Prime Remastered, which is the only Metroid Prime game that's a Switch 1 game. They charge you, at least in my country, $15 to upgrade your copy of Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. If you go to the Nintendo eShop, Breath of the Wild, Breath of the Wild I think is a little cheaper, but Tears of the Kingdom is $89.99, so $90 for Tears of the Kingdom on Switch 1, $10 more than I paid for it 2 years ago, by the way, so they did increase the price of the initial game. $15 to upgrade it, which would be $105, or you can buy the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Tears of the Kingdom for $115. So if you're looking on the eShop page and just can't do math very well, they figured they might sneak an extra $10 out of you. Nintendo,
that's insane.
Some of the most crazy anti-consumer shit imaginable.
I think I'd rather just buy a yo-yo.
Yeah, I mean,
just play with yourself.
The screen, despite being a 120 hertz screen, which is, I guess that would be 30 hertz more than my Steam Deck OLED. That's a 90 hertz screen. Has worse pixel response time than a 60 hertz screen. Like it's in motion, it looks worse than the Switch 1, like the original Switch 1 too.
Do you know that flippant comment I said to you that this is just an overclocked Switch 1 with a better docking system? That's probably not far off.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe in that it theoretically can do some things better than the Switch 1 can do, but right now it seems like a lot of the elements of the hardware are worse than it. And not only that, I figured that me doing the smart thing and selling my Switch OLED, which basically resulted in a $250 upgrade for me instead of like an $800 system, which is what it costs with Mario Kart after tax, by the way. It turned out to bite me in the ass because my SD card that had all my games and save games on it is totally incompatible with the Switch 2. So I re-downloading my games, not that big a deal, right? Like I have an internet connection, I don't have a data cap. But all my save games are gone because even if you were a Nintendo Online subscriber, the cloud saves need to be manually uploaded, apparently. And I'd never done that. So Yeah, so most of what I've been doing on my Switch 2, aside from fiddling around with Metroid Prime Remastered, and while playing it on Ryujinx as well, and realizing that it actually looks far better playing it on PC still, is unlocking all the Smash Brothers characters. Because if I ever do have people over at my house ever again and they want to play Smash Brothers, I now have like nobody unlocked. So yeah. Nintendo sucks is my sort of point there.
That's your takeaway.
Yeah, I'll pick up Metroid Prime 4 because I love the Metroid games, as I'm not crazy. Like if I have the option of buying it from a key reseller instead of spending $105 on it, which is insane that Nintendo games are the ones that are triple digits before tax for Canadians, which is insane. I don't think I would buy almost any other game though. Like maybe a new Zelda whenever they get around to making a proper one.
Yeah.
And I guess my sort of point on pricing and why this is making everything else so much worse for them is as much as the hardware sold quite well, I think the big problem this system is going to have is that people are not going to be buying very many games, and not just the expensive Nintendo games, because I think if anything, those are the ones that will still sell. But I think what they don't realize is that if you're dropping, again, I'll use Canadian prices because those are the ones I'm seeing. If you drop $115 before tax on Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, are you going to buy any other game that month, even if it's a cheaper game? And like my answer is probably not, because that's like you're in the territory of like that's a good chunk of your paycheck that is gone on that 1-2 year old game.
Yeah.
So I think the attach rate on this system is going to be like quite low, and that third parties, despite having the power to do things like squeeze Cyberpunk 2077 kicking and screaming onto the Switch, I don't think those games are going to sell, because most of the people who are going to buy things on the system are just going to wait for the big marquee title Nintendo games, get hit with a massive bill for those, and then just not buy all the other little indie games and smaller games that were selling quite well on the Switch, because Switch's whole deal was like, yeah, our stuff is cheaper than everyone else's because we're using the Satoru Iwata Blue Water strategy of PlayStation and Xbox can be the ones with the big fancy expensive hardware that plays Blu-rays and things, and we're going to be the ones who use lower end hardware, use more creative art styles and interesting control innovations, and offer things more cheap, and do well that way. And then that's kind of when Nintendo got as their modern Nintendo got as profitable as they did, like in the Wii era. And yeah, so I don't know. It's like my final verdict on Switch 2 is even if you can sell your Switch 1 and upgrade it for a reasonable upcharge, I would not. I would just not do that. And I think had I not sold the Switch prior to like 6 months basically before the Switch 2 came out, because I don't play that many Switch games, I didn't miss it exactly. But yeah, no, I would I'd steer clear. And I know that's an opinion that I think a lot of people don't like having about Nintendo, but yeah, they're
I'm of the same opinion, brother. I'm of the same opinion. I saw the writing on the wall as soon as they announced it and started looking into it. I was like, yeah, it's not for me. I barely play the Switch 1 at the end of the day. I barely play that.
Same.
Yeah. PC's where it's at. Did you say that you're heading out then, Mark?
Yeah, it's about the puppies' dinner time, and I got to start making myself some food. And yeah, I get for the next 3 days, I get to cook for myself from a wheelchair, so that's going to be fun.
The challenge there.
It's okay.
Lucky. Sit down and cooking. A couple times I call that a blessing.
You'd think, but having to deal with things like from an either non-standing position or standing on one leg while holding onto the counter and therefore losing an arm is kind of sucks. But
I feel
so it defeats the whole 3 points of contact. But Mark's links down below. Thank you very much indeed, Mark. It's always a pleasure.
And I'll be on Metal Commander's channel for Forge episode 150 this Sunday, where we are going to be talking about a film called Green Room with Patrick Stewart, Anton Yelchin, and the girl that was in 28 Weeks Later, which is sort of, I guess, why we ended up picking to watch that movie, because 28 Weeks Later sucks, but
yes, it does.
Green Room's pretty good.
I like 28 Weeks Later. Shut up.
Yeah. Listen.
our Forge episode on it.
They should have fucking nuked the UK after the first movie. Sorry.
I mean, and that's one of the big problems with the newest one, because it's like if their whole thing is everyone on the UK is dead, and if they try to leave, kill them. It's like just nuke the place, man. Like, why are you even bothering?
Yeah, just melt it. Just melt it into glass. Just done.
I mean, you know,
Do
there's no
that,
outbreak right now, but just do it now.
we did a 3-week arc on 28 days later, 28 weeks later, and 28 years later. So all that's on Metal Commander's channel, or on my channel. There's a playlist that's all the Forge episodes that I'm on, and but I've been the co-host now for almost a year, so I'm on a bunch of them. But yeah, so that's where you can find me if you want to hear me talk more often. Otherwise, yeah, I'm working on a video on Onimusha right now. And depending on how long it takes me to write the script, I'll either release it before the new Onimusha game comes out next year, or I'll push it back a little bit and include the new one and make it a complete series video.
Nice.
Yeah, that'll depend on that. I gotta get through Dawn of Dreams first. But play Onimusha 1, 2, and 3. They're amazing. You can get 1 and 2 on Steam right now, and you can mod back in the sexy costume. That was like the censorship thing for that one. They changed Oyu's costume for the remake, and it was pointless, but you can go on Nexus and get a mod that mods it right back in. And 3 you can play on PCSX2 with Jean Reno. And it's Onimusha 3 is good stuff. So I'd recommend those ones. Dawn of Dreams is weird though. You might not like it. But anyways, yeah, thanks.
Absolute pleasure.
Check out my Berserk video. And other than that, thanks for having me on. And Jojo, you okay? She's gonna start barking any second. I think she knows it. Every time I start saying goodbye, she knows. She's like, "Oh, he's gonna get up. He's gonna get up."
Yeah, it's nice talking to you again, Mark.
Yeah. Look after yourself, brother.
See you again, mate.
Good
See you, Mark.
Bye.
How do I leave this thing?
Just close the window.
Okay, there we go.
You're stuck here.
Oh, there's no like leave session or like.
No, there is. You just literally just leave the browser. That's it.
All right.
Emu Mux is weird.
I'm gonna shoot off as well. I'm knackered. I gotta get some bed.
Greg, where you gonna be? What you gonna be doing? Fuck off. Bye.
Fucking in the hospital, checking that fucking numb arm.
I'm gonna be at the doctor's on Friday.
Yeah, just keep us in the loop with what's going on, mate.
Yeah, I will do.
Tell you where it's not going to be. Conan.
You going to check in? I need to check in and check the bazaar actually.
Man, I want to play Conan.
No, here's what's going to happen.
Oh, you can join the server. I'll send you the details on DM.
I don't own the game yet, but I want.
But it's about £6. You just need.
I'll find it. Yeah, I'll find a key for it somewhere.
Yeah. Here's what's going to happen. Greg is going to go to the doctors, come back, and then immediately start playing Conan.
No, I mean, I tried to learn. I did try and learn how to use the joypad a bit with my guests who are here this week, because we played Mortal Kombat 1. And,
nice.
Injustice.
Yeah.
Nice. He was into the fighting games, so yeah, I played a bit of that. I got blisters on the
thumbs.
Blisters. Fucking win.
Why that is because you're pressing too hard on the control pads.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
it was basically a button mash.
Yeah,
that's all you need. Played Mortal Kombat before. Anyway,
yeah. Greg, look after yourself, mate.
I'll see you in a week. Going to be back next week because unfortunately, Trip's plans have been cancelled, so Carrie's not coming over.
Oh shit!
She'll be here all this time, hopefully.
Cool. Happy days.
Right. See you next week. All right, cheers.
Bye for now.
Greg.
Bye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Bye. Fuck you. Was he dickhead? There we go. Right, and then there was 7. Right, I'm gonna put
still
this.
enough for an orgy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put this really quickly up.
Yeah.
So for those people that don't know, euthanasia legislation, Queer Starmer was ramming through Parliament while the world was burning, and these were all the amendments that were rejected from the bill. I'm not going to read all of them, but I'm going to just go through a couple of them. So this one, I'll drop the link into chat so that you can all enjoy this to your heart's content. Have a look at some of the shit that they wanted to include within the bill. No joke here, Keir Starmer is a psychopath and he is doing Action T4. And no one gives a shit about disabled people, so you can't even find a complete list anywhere. I'm just gonna get a any specific ones? Amendment 42 to ensure a patient is definitely mentally competent. Rejected.
Yeah.
Wow.
To ensure patients comprehend their illness, care options, alternatives, freedom of choice, ability to change their mind, the irreversibility of death, and legal consequences before proceeding. Rejected.
Rejected.
Wow.
That goes against the basic tenets of our healthcare system, which is
Exactly.
Yes.
fucking informed decision.
It's informed choice. I mean, granted, there's some scenarios where a patient won't have an informed choice because ultimately that decision is going to be with their loved ones or whatever. But this is a euthanasia bill where the person who's been euthanized has to make the decision. And they've removed the protections to say this person needs to be mentally capable of actually signing off on this, that they understand all of the consequences.
Yeah.
They've rejected those parts of it. So they've taken the legal protections out.
The
So
most
anyone...
egregious part of that is that they've rejected the fact that they can change their decision. It's like, well, so they can't once they've signed the papers. That's it. They can't back out of it even at the last fucking minute.
Correct.
If they want to.
Correct. They're tied into the process.
Yep.
They have physically removed a lot of the protections that we would just as ordinary moral people would put in place to stop people making a bad decision. Where does this also ring true? All of the shit they've been doing to kids for the last fucking 5-10 years.
Yeah.
This is literally state-sanctioned murder of its own citizens.
Yeah.
Yes.
Restricts eligibility to only those terminally ill in severe physical suffering. Now, this here is my one of the biggest ones for me is the fact that if you are terminally ill and you have got a limited time, whether it's 6 months, whether it's a year, whatever, you should have the option, but you've still got to be mentally competent enough to make the decision.
Yeah.
If you're terminal, you numbers punched anyway. There's going to be a point in your illness where you may not be able to physically function properly and then become a burden. I've always said to Tam, I've always said to the wife, if I come down with a terminal illness and there is such a point that I am now the burden upon her having any form of existence whatsoever without having to care over me where I'm dribbling into my own beard, I'm going to find a way of just Minecrafting myself.
Yeah.
Because that ultimately I'm not going to be a burden on anyone. That would be my choice at the time. This removes it.
No, but that reads to me like they've removed the amendment that says that they must be terminally ill and not.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah.
So
now any Tom, Dick, or Harry can fucking
correct. So
it's not only as bad as the Canadian laws, but worse.
It's worse because if I was a woke, blue-haired space whale and I was really just upset just one day, technically there's nothing in this legislation that would prevent me from applying for euthanasia and being granted it.
And then not being able to back out of it.
Back out of it. There's no protection in it. They are literally taking the protection away from the people. And no, if you want to just euthanize yourself, you crack on, mate.
And
here's the magic pill.
This is all just a money spinner as well, because this is going to private companies.
It's two-front. It's two-front. So one, you are correct. It's going to go to private companies that are going to be paid an awful lot to carry medication, the licenses, and everything else to not only put people out of their misery of this mortal coil, dispose of the bodies. You'll probably also find there's probably sections of this where organs are going to be fucking donated or harvested or used for science or whatever. But the other thing as well, think of the kind of people that are going to be pushing to take this process are a large portion of probably the welfare bill in the UK. So now the government's actually going to be saving a fucking bucket ton instead of actually just treating what the issue is.
Still, we might get Soylent Green finally.
Yeah, I mean, just feed them to the mushrooms, mate. Let's go Waterworld.
Soylent Green is space whales.
Yeah. Can you imagine a fucking space whale fucking steak?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. I bet it's like Wagyu. Just, just a bit gristly. Take all of the fun stuff you never tried. That's my go-to for terminally ill. Yeah. The UK looked at Canada and thought to themselves, hold my beer, basically.
Yeah.
Hold my beer. Right, that's depressing enough. Let's move on to...
And and we are skipping over an awful lot there, but there are a lot of egregious things in that fucking bill that have been taken out.
I was in London at the time when they were protesting about this.
Wait.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, was that November?
Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I would have gone, but...
I'm more surprised you went out.
I only do it once or twice a year.
Just once or twice a year, to be honest.
It was by accident.
Yeah. Special occasions.
By accident.
He wandered into the hallway.
And even then, I have to basically cover myself from head to toe in sunblock.
Trump has joined the panel.
Even if it's -5.
Donald Trump has joined us. He's got a couple of words for you. He's got a couple of words for you.
The
best words.
Yeah, this is so great.
The greatest words.
We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
That's what's right.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Have you not seen
of what people love about him is that he's fucking authentic. He cares and he's authentic, and you know what the fuck you're getting.
Have you not seen
and he's right.
the remix that they've done of him already? It's Can't Touch This, but with the words, they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
No, I've not seen that yet.
No, I'm gonna have to find it. Did you listen to my fucking Team America sung in Donald Trump's voice?
No.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
Mate, I was really struggling because I wanted to put a video on at the start. Can you remember the heads of Donald Trump I put on the video when he won the election?
Yeah.
I actually I replaced the audio. I was doing some updates to it. I just didn't have time to finish it. So hopefully by Friday I can just swing that one out because that's actually quite amusing.
Sweet.
But yeah, I was fucking pissing myself when when I got it out. I was like, shit, that's amazing.
That's gonna be a hit.
Yeah, I can't even remember if I shared it in fucking chat or anything. No.
Well, there we
Nick, anything you want to discuss?
Did you guys already talk about Ironheart or no?
No, I was actually holding off Ironheart. I switched Ironheart around because obviously we had Mark and he was going to disappear off. Ironheart. How many people have actually watched Ironheart?
No, I have struggled through episode 1 and immediately quit.
No,
I've
you
boycotted Disney since Endgame.
No, honestly, you want to watch episodes 1, 2, and 3.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, they're
Really?
a good time.
No.
Get a glass of whiskey or bourbon or whatever.
I
and just
cannot.
watch.
I cannot get drunk enough for that fucking horse shit. Episode 1 was enough, and it's like, yeah, okay, we are done here. Bye.
I have to get drunk just to make it through the day. Never mind that shit.
Let's just, I want to hear this rant. I want to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, go for it, Nick.
Let me hold my my notes here because I will have a video coming out on this, and I've been posting some comments, on X. But I mean, just everyone's seen the original Iron Man. Yeah, we've all seen it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
You remember when Obadiah's talking to his main guy and he's like, Tony Stark,
build this in a cave!
with a cave and a box of scraps, right?
Yep.
We all remember that. Those greatest moments. And he's like, but I'm not Tony Stark. Okay? Let's just use that as a reference point. The way the show starts off with Riri basically saying she needs resources. She's not a billionaire. And I'm like, girl, your brain is the resource. Like, she doesn't have the means to, she's in MIT, she gets kicked out. But she doesn't have, it's wee now, exactly. Williams.
Williams.
But the fact that she has a mechanic shop because her stepfather was a mechanic. She has all the scraps she needs. What's the fucking excuse? She's not a genius.
She's a dumb bimbo.
No, she's a fraud. That's what she is. She's a fraud.
She's 100% a fraud.
She's not a genius. She wants to make the world a safer place. Oh, where did we hear that before? Age of Ultron? I want to put a suit of armor around the world. Like Tony Stark already did that shit too. What else do we have on the list here? They're in a criminal crew with the girl boss crew, as I'm calling it, right? You've got two lesbians in a can I say the T word? Weird looking person. Tranny. Her name's, sorry, I misspoke. Their name is Slug. But someone else in the crew's name's Clown. And I'm like, y'all should have swapped that shit around.
Oh my God.
It's obviously every episode's boring and it is a drag just to get through. But the fact that
see what he did there.
But the fact that like she creates an AI, which I mean, I read a couple of her comics, or rather, I read comics that had her included in it. I mean, she's only relevant because of Tony Stark, and that was about a decade ago. The fact that Tony Stark is nowhere near close to this show, and I don't give a shit what Robert Downey Jr. pushed on Twitter like a couple of days ago with her on camera or whatever. Yeah, it's an agenda-driven crap. But there's a moment where young Han Solo, I can't think of his name, Alden Ehrenreich or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's in the show. He is cucked hard. They're in the car driving to Alanis Morris and he's fucking crying.
What?
I shit you not.
Isn't it ironic?
What? That song, what is it? I'm here to remind you, whatever those lyrics are.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he's crying in the car where they're just kind of singing it loud on the radio.
Wait. He's crying over the song?
Yes.
Like he's moved by the song. That's it. That's all. Oh my God.
What, and singing it at the same time?
Spoiler, not that anyone really cares. He's
cares.
actually Obadiah's son.
Yep.
He's Obadiah's son, Obadiah was cremated, spoiler, and again, put in a cookie jar that spills on the floor at one point. They weren't close, obviously. He's like a criminal. There's like black market parts. And the interesting thing is, so why the suit? And she goes, because I could. And she's like, or he asks her, are you a fan? She goes, Gary was. Gary's her stepdad. The fact that she's not even a fucking fan is insulting.
Wow.
Like, the whole point of her again in the comics was that she was a fan of Tony Stark because Tony Stark saw her as a prodigy and actually gave her a chance to become something greater at such a young age.
Correct.
She's nothing in this. She's incompetent. She is incredibly naive. There's a moment in the show where her mother sees the Natalie AI and is like, oh, I don't care what you did, but what is she? Like, she couldn't even extrapolate that, Mom, this is an AI. I built an AI based on my brain wavelength. Sorry. And then she's like, can you make one of Gary? And it's like, Mom, it doesn't work that way. Like, I can't just pop AIs out like it's like, a Pez dispenser. Like, the amount of just inaccuracies, and I don't care that it's fiction based on a comic book series. Like, you can't even apply the suspension of disbelief to the show. It's that fucking bad.
Yeah.
And that's just the first 3 episodes. We still have 3 more.
Yeah, that's the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
It's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. And,
I'm here for
it. 100%.
Jesus.
100%. And that's not even, just look at this.
That's Clown. I mean, Slug.
Yeah. Slug.
I'm calling her Clown. I'm calling her Clown in my video.
Yeah. Marvel reveals first look at mysterious new character.
Slug.
Okay, so now wait, Tombi. Now do the funny comparison and Google Slug from the comics.
Yeah, well, I think I did actually.
Now let's do the funny comparison because not sure if compliment or insult. for her, mind you, or him, or whatever.
Is that what their real name is? Shia Cooley?
Shea Cooley.
You see, because I read it as Shea Coulee.
Yeah, I can see.
Technically, this is Slug.
Yeah. But by the way, the fat motherfucker. In case anybody got confused, the fat motherfucker.
Yes. That's
he's got
Slug. Who's watched the Futurama episode where Bender gets turned into a human and gets really, really fat?
Yes.
And he gets rolled around and his body fat just goes, woo! Just constantly. And he just lifts up one of his belly fat walls and pulls out a fucking grilled cheese sandwich. That is Slug.
Oh, and real quick, to answer Rick Cleary's question, why can't she just pop out AI? She only understands herself, so fuck anybody else, because that requires too much brain cell power for this fucking fraud of human being. Like,
Also-
to give you an idea, Rick Cleary, this motherfucker, fucking Wee Wee Williams, is more dense than a block of tungsten. Okay?
She is.
Yeah, she is.
So, like, and again, like, the idea behind Natalie, her AI, is it's being projected, right? You know, I'm like, when's the last time you saw like a projection that could actually like speak? Where's the audio coming from? Inside the suit, it makes sense because that's what Jarvis used to do with Tony Stark. And again, if he was in his shop, speakers, right? But when they're out on the street and she's like, you know, right next to her, where's the audio coming from? Oh, also, the AI gets PTSD and has a panic attack because it saw a fucking cop with the gun pointed at it.
Yeah, it got anxious.
What?
AIs get PTSD now, folks. It's over.
Yeah.
That's it.
Skynet.
We might win the war in the future if we give them panic attacks.
No. See, Nick, that's where you're wrong. The PTSD is what leads them to be like, oh no, humans are evil, Skynet, and then we all die.
That's why they nuke us, because we give them PTSD.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh my god.
We kept on putting things inside them.
Yeah. It's all wee-wee's
Let's experiment.
fault. It's all wee-wee's fault.
Oh, it's so wee-wee's fault.
Crazy. You're kicking it.
Yeah, so let's put it this way. Ironheart is not doing itself any favors.
No.
The usual things are happening. The shills are out in force.
Yeah.
You've got the same bad actors all promoting it. You've got the audience is clearly upset with it. And if you have a look at the scores out of 10, it's an inverse bell curve where you've got your shills at the top with their 10s and massive amounts of 1s where, it's not good. It's not good. And they're turning off their comments as well. That's the other good thing.
I was just going to say, looking at her from the posters that I've seen, you know who she reminds me of? A younger version of that fucking Chicago mayor, you know, Beetlejuice.
She looks like fucking Christopher Eubank.
You say
look at her. Don't she look like fucking a young version of that? What's her name? Is it Karen something?
Who?
You know, the Chicago mayor, the one that
Chicago mayor.
Oh,
I know you're talking about it. I don't remember her name.
Type in Beetlejuice Chicago mayor.
It was my former mayor. I can't remember. I just know her as Beetlejuice.
No, isn't she from Minnesota?
Oh fuck! No. What's her name? Lori Lightfoot.
Lori Lightfoot.
Yes.
That's the one.
Thank you.
Yes.
Fuck! I forgot that name.
Holy
I had
fuck,
to blank it out of memory.
You're right. Holy shit. Holy
That's right.
crap. Look at the size of that
forgot
fucking
about her.
foreheads. You could fucking film Cliffhanger 2 on it. Holy shitballs.
Jack, what did you say? Shea Coulee? What?
Yeah, Shea Coulee.
I heard that earlier. I was like, what the fuck?
Send her over to fucking...
Sounds right.
Send her over to fucking Israel. She can fucking replace the Iron Dome with that fucking forehead.
You could film fucking Cliffhanger 2 and 3 on that.
At the same
Shea
time.
Coulee.
Yes. One on the left side, one on the right side.
Sniper's dream. She's got the forehead and afterhead.
I love that video.
Fucking Jesus. I'm gonna have to put it on now. Fuck. Chat GPT.
What is it? That talks about like, her head still like viewable in like portrait mode or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hairline went from landscape to portrait mode.
Yeah, that's right.
And no, I have not heard that song like 100 times.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find it.
She has a 5 head.
It's fine, 101. Here we go.
That's literally 5 head.
Yeah, she's got. She's given Peyton Manning a run for his money.
A sniper's dream.
This is an 8 head for sure.
Oh, mate, I know I'm gonna.
Even 9 head.
I know we're all gonna have to remove the copyright claim later, but it's so worth it.
A small price to pay.
Fucking legend.
Yeah.
Fucking legendary.
Classic.
So good.
Yeah.
I fucking
Chat
love
music
that.
every time.
Mate,
Every time.
I do believe we are basically into the memes. We've blown. This is the longest Hump Day Chinwag ever.
Yes,
great. Yes.
Yay, memes!
The memes. So yeah, if you really want to entertain yourself, watch Ironheart.
Yep.
No.
It is time you won't get back.
No.
But you will thank us in many ways.
What is the beer minimum I need for Ironheart?
About the same
2
as the
six-packs.
Acolyte.
2
Yeah.
six-packs. 2 six-packs.
Yeah.
Oof.
If you want, see, I didn't watch the Acolyte, so I have to do my due diligence to watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 minutes in.
The Echo Shite is Jesus.
That one physically hurt me, and I never watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Ironheart, just episode 1, will physically hurt you and will actively make you dumber.
Yes.
I can't afford to get any dumber, so no thank you.
There's nothing left to worry about.
The question is, why did she get kicked out of MIT? Andy Matthews says.
Because she's a fraud.
She was selling all like other ideas to other students.
Yeah.
Because again, she needed money, yet she was in fucking MIT.
Yeah, she was MIT.
And did you mention that she was in a criminal group? So she's just criminal, basically.
She also stole the suit that she made at IT, which would technically be MIT's property.
Yeah.
So she became, a criminal based, on the first episode, and then joined a gang in the second episode, and then killed someone.
Oh my god!
And in episode 3, and basically put Joe Obadiah's son. He'll be back on the hit list because he gives her this like biomesh cutter ray, and she gets in a little bit of a tussle. It falls off, and he's like, don't leave anything behind. She's like, I swear I won't. And so she does, and now he's fucked. So,
bearing in mind, she would have been sponsored by the Kingdom of Wakanda, infinite wealth,
Wakanda forever.
There's all your resources. Just stay your ass in Wakanda.
It's the same reason why Falcon was broke in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They can't have black characters that have got any money. They have to conform to some dog shit stereotype.
Correct. Morals, apparently. It's absolutely absurd. I'm sorry. Who are the racists again? I'm getting confused.
God damn that white privilege. Fuckers.
Anyway, let's go into the memes.
The memes.
What a start.
This one's great.
Okay. I'm getting worried already.
This is the Indian way of creating a planter.
Having sex. Alright. So we've got a balloon at the minute. We've got
innocent balloon. Innocent balloon.
It doesn't look like it's going to be innocent for long.
Totally innocent. I swear. Totally.
That looks...
Trashy.
Okay. Yeah, I can see where this is going.
Yeah.
I can see where this is going. Oh, so this is
where
where
it's going to be an amazing planter. It's going to be an amazing planter.
Jack, when we made them, it was a rolled up tissue loo roll.
Oh my god.
Look, you got to lubricate your plants, okay?
Don't stick your knife in it.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
it's just nothing,
I've never made one
nothing
of
but
those
an
before.
innocent planter.
Yes.
I've never made one of those before.
I think that was clearly from Greg.
Yeah.
And that was a very short pot as well.
Fuck's sake. So this one is from the lovely Jack Tarlad. Highlights from Zegler's live London performance for Don't Cry For Me, Argentina.
Which was not impressive.
Oof.
I'm gonna be a bit about it.
Oof. Potato.
She makes that same face.
Mate.
Don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is, I couldn't give a shit.
10 out of 10. Would recommend.
Yes. Far better job. I would sooner you sung it.
My other tweet about that was saying it's ironic because she's been dragging the corpse of Disney around like it's still alive.
Oh dear. Oh fucking Jesus. Iran clarifies its new Jew Smasher 3000 missile is only meant for peace.
Only for peace.
Only
for peace.
The Jew Smasher 3000.
Lost Jack.
Oh no.
Mate,
Go to hell.
I had so many more memes that I could have posted, but I don't even think we could have shown them on this show.
KFC has a new meal.
Oh, what are we doing here?
Oh,
Kentucky Fried Motherfucking Chicken.
And I can't wait to see what we got here. Let's pop it out of the bag and put it on the table. First, we pull that off.
I
Is
linked
that
this one.
gravy? It didn't look like gravy. All right, well, let's pull the rest out of the bag. That is a big cup of chicken tenders. Is that the Chicky Tendy Cup-a-Roo? Wait a minute, that KFC logo looks a little different. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Is that a new one? Wait a minute.
very new.
Those chicken tenders look different. Oh my God, it's a jacuzzi! KFC has a new...
My God.
Oh my Lord.
That's right, folks.
A chicken fleshlight.
KFC fleshlight winner.
Make your own sauce.
I can't wait to see a watermelon one.
Yanni
Who
just
is
died.
fucking chicken?
New rule: if you are a white guy with a beard, I am allowed to call you Josh, Sam, David,
this is
Kyle,
another one
or
of
Matt,
mine.
and you are not allowed to correct me. All of those names are synonyms for white guy with
Okay, ping
It's
pong.
okay, ping pong. As long as you are not allowed to drive or work any other job other than nail salon or massage parlor. Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
New.
Holy crap.
I approve this
Amazing.
message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking amazing.
And the funny thing is, I can approve this message. Oh no.
this
I've
one,
seen this one. I've seen this one. Oh no.
Oh no, where's this going?
I'm sorry.
Oh no. Oh wow.
I'm sorry, I saw it, and I couldn't resist.
You really hate me that bad?
Yes.
Yes.
The fucking low battery alarm. Amazing.
Oh my God.
Oh god.
Oh look, it's Seattle.
That's where Greg went. That's where Greg went.
Oh Jesus, why?
Rick, you have got a chance.
What do you mean? This is Rick.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
One day, Rick.
You will be picked up. Someone will love you longer.
Not exactly short either. He's not a small dude. He must be cruising 6'2".
That would be.
Look at the size of him.
Yeah.
It's a Viking fucking Barbie.
In all seriousness, though, I mean, it is nice to see Greta Thunberg since she's back from Israel.
Yeah.
I think the caption to that one I put was something like, all right, you slags, it's fucking Barbie time.
So, by the way, this is both funny and fucked up in one sentence.
Oh, fuck yeah, is it?
When sauna you see made in Germany written on it. Oh no.
Oh God.
Keep it out of my country.
Oh no.
Oh
no.
Fuck's sake.
Wait, there's a punchline if they include it in this clip.
Oh no.
Nope.
They God damn it, you cut it too short. You dicks.
If you can make me mad saying one word, I will give you $1,000.
Huh?
If you can make me mad saying one word,
that's it.
I will give you $1,000.
Huh?
If you can make me mad by saying one word, I'll give you $1,000. Look, $1,000. I'll give it to you.
Huh?
I just need you to say one word to make me mad, and I will give you $1,000. Look at that money. Don't you want money?
Huh?
If you can say one word that will make me mad, I'll give you $1,000. $1,000. Look, I'll give this to you if you just say one word that's gonna make me mad. It's like simple. I'm making myself very clear.
You're right.
Say one word. One word, and I'll give you.
I think he's
he
won that.
Just one word.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One word. Just say one
Yeah, you won easy.
That doesn't fucking count.
It never counts.
And then it's immediately female logic being like, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Oh my God, these
In Japanese.
guys. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Otto. How about my brother's husband? Ototo no otto. How about I followed the sound trail? Otto no ato otta.
I love this.
How about, oops, when I finally followed the sound trail of my younger brother's husband, I was told it was out of bounds. Otto, Otto no Otto no Otto Toto.
The funny thing is, and that's not correct. But here's the kicker: the first two were right. The third one is bullshit. The first two are actually right. The third one is bullshit.
It's still funny.
Stop fucking spoiling it, Hanayama.
the fucking memes.
The fucking jokes, man. I
Do you know
don't
what?
think
Do you know
Michael
what?
Jackson's an
fresh
actual
'cause it just-
paedophile, all right?
No, do you know what this is?
no,
Do you know
no.
what this is? This is the German coming out in him.
No, it's
Yes,
no. You know what the problem is when they do it with like words in French, words in Italian, whatever. All three versions are correct. Here they fucked it up. So it's like if you want to do it, because there are many words you can do the exact same bullshit with, at least translate it correctly. Because the Italian one, as funny as it is, all three versions are correct. The Italian one, all three versions are correct. The Spanish one, all three versions are correct. Here they fucked it up. It's like you had one job.
Let's talk about crop dusting.
Yeah.
It's fresh because it just happened. But my wife and I
It's so fresh.
just went to the grocery store right by our house, just to buy like junk food and stuff, because we're really tired. We just wanted some sweet treats. And we were walking down an aisle, and there were like two guys that walked up next to us. Peyton walked away. My wife walked away for just a second, and they were snickering to to themselves or something. And I didn't really think much of it, so I'm just looking at the candy aisle trying to decide what candy I want. And he walks by and gets
Fisherman's
inches
friends.
from me and just rips one, farts this far from me. That's disgusting to say. I can't even believe I'm having to say this.
Oh, no.
But he did.
You guy's a legend.
And about that time, Peyton walked up, like didn't witness what happened, but like seconds later, and I'm like upset, and I follow after him. And I was like, is there a reason? You were just so disrespectful to me. Come here. And he, I've never felt so dehumanized.
Not only did he fart on her, when she confronted him, he said, "Just walk away, you fucking bitch." And apparently a girl, wonderful lady who stood by, witnessed the whole thing, said they walked around the corner to her aisle away from us and called us fucking gay bitches.
Right before I walked up. So he calls me, he's like, just go away, you fucking bitch. You were staring us down. You were staring us down. I was like, I was looking at the candy. What are you talking about? And he's like, we saw you staring us down. And I was like, no one was staring at you. And then Peyton was like, hey, just let's go. And I was just about to turn. And he goes, yeah, just get out of here, bitch. And then he goes, bitch, like with both of his hands up here, and kept calling me these names, right? So at this point, I don't feel safe. So I walk away. This lady who witnessed everything, she walked away with us, and we go to customer service. And this is Albert's.
Can we have a clean-up on aisle 4, please? There is a soggy queef queering and in soggy shit all over the melons. Can we be escorted from the premises, please?
Fucking hell.
Fucking what a knob jockey.
I was getting ready
on
to
him.
burn my
Even though she's
fucking
gonna get some
brains
kind of
out
justice.
then, but I
That's the
like
worst
this
thing that's
hat.
ever happened to you. That you're living a really good life.
Right, okay, we're into the AI memes, my favourite part of the fucking show, because...
Yeah, you know, the funny thing is, those are probably two gay dudes as well.
Yeah.
Probably.
But these dykes are like, nah, fuck these fags.
Can confirm gay dudes are more fun than
Fucking hell.
Quite literally.
What is up, motherfuckers? It's Bongo! Look behind me! There is a whole-ass tornado right there! That's what happens when Mother Nature takes pre-workout. Okay, this thing's actually fast, bro. Show. Why is it moving like I owe it money? I ain't got shit! Bro, every time you drink water, you're sipping dinosaur piss recycled for millions of years. Cheers, mother... These are my raccoon buddies I just met, and they are telling me 15 grams of shrooms is light work. Well, I guess I'll try this out. I saw the tiny elves. I saw the tiny elves. Some people think I'm addicted to drinking. I'll quit someday. But today is not that day. I love drinking. Got my friend Betsy today, and we're gonna make a home-cooked meal. You guys didn't think I was gonna eat my girl, did ya? Now it's time for the main course. What is up, motherfuckers? It's Bongo!
Oh, fucking love.
Why did the Mexican throw his wife off the bridge? Tequila!
Tequila! So stupid.
I'm not kidding. Half of these AI memes are these fucking Sasquatches.
You already told her twice. Why are aspirin white? Because they work. What does a burnt pizza, a pregnant woman, and a frozen beer have in common? Someone forgot to pull it out.
What do you call a little Mexican? A paragraph, because he's not an essay yet.
What did the egg say to the boiling water? I don't know if I can get hard. I just got laid this morning. What's the difference between a woman and a piece of wood? The sound they make when they're getting nailed.
Fuck's sake.
Fucking Sasquatch.
Hey, you can't smoke here.
Bro, what the fuck is this? Who the fuck drops fentanyl out here?
Bro, we built different. Fent pack time. We meeting God tonight,
bro. I don't even know where we at right now.
What the fuck is going on? You guys, me and Yeti back at it again. We are going to be trying these honey pack things.
Damn, this low-key tastes good. Did it work? I don't feel anything. Yeti couldn't handle that honey pack. He on demon time. He chasing on me, talking about he trying to take my cheeks. I can't even run.
Today, I will be trying the Lil Nitro Gummy Bear, as recommended by one of you guys. This bitch got a kick to it. Oh, god damn. Got some ice cream because the milk didn't help last time. I can already feel my asshole burning. Oh, shit.
It's just so fucking funny. I could watch these all day long. What's this one?
Good evening, I'm Lisa Carter. A new skate park just opened at the White House, and President Donald Trump is stealing the show. Here's the story.
It's a historic day at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. The White House skate park is open, and President Trump has been here since dawn, dropping absolute hammers. Skate tricks that have everyone buzzing.
He's been dropping hammers all day. Crowd's stunned. Guy hasn't missed a trick since sunrise.
Trump caught on a hot mic today, talking about the moment the 46th president showed up to skate the park today. Let's go to the audio.
I had no idea President Joe Biden was just another scooter fag. Why would anyone ride a scooter? It baffles me to no end.
The supreme leader of Iran made a surprise appearance at the White House skate park grand opening, and here's what President Trump had to say about it.
Can you believe it? Total fruit booter. Unbelievable. Now we know why Bibi bombed the hell out of them.
Fuck's sake.
Jesus Christ.
I just hooked up with this chick named Emma, and that thing was trash. The bitch finally fell asleep. Now I got a dip.
What's up, fuckers? This is Steph. I'm doing something y'all ain't do today.
He's gonna be beating my doonies down.
No, the fuck I ain't. What the fuck was that down there?
Man, I put my fucking hands down there, and her shit was bigger than mine.
Am I ever gonna find love? Is my sister the love of my fucking life?
Oh my god.
TikTok, you guys have to help me find my love. I don't want to settle for a transformer. I'm stuck in prison. My cellmate says he's gonna give me the Diddy treatment tonight, and then I'm fucking shitting myself. I need to escape ASAP.
I think I got a bit of poo on me, and it came from my back passage, not the pipes. I hope my cellmate doesn't wake up.
The fat bastard woke up. How the fuck did he even fit through the wall? Should have gone on a diet, Diabetosaurus.
All right, chat kept blowing me up, so here's the full low taper fade tutorial, and let's lock in on this cut. Step 1, you want to line it up? Nah, we eyeballing it, boys.
Okay, that was aggressive. We're cooking now, though. Boys, drop a comment if I'm doing this right. This might look gas. This fade's looking like it got done with a weed whacker. Who the fuck leaked my location?
Oh.
Which one of you fuckers hacked my IP address and sent immigration control? I can't even take a shit in peace. At least give me a fucking massage after yeeting me on the floor. Shut it, monkey. Where are you guys taking me anyways? I hope whoever called IC on me is happy. Now I'm getting deported to Mexico. I'm not even Mexican. I'm basically black. What did you just say? No hablo inglés. I just hooked up with this chick. Fuck that. She told me she was a chick. Shit was bigger than mine. I'm out of here. I ain't never ran so damn fast in my life. The thing was veinier than a bodybuilder with a pump. I'm talking 8 inches in thick. Bigfoot, I'm hungry.
I got something you could suck.
Mr. Vampire fucking hurt me, guys. He really fucking hurt me.
I'd like 6 boxes of pizza, please. It's for the homeless.
Wow, that's so nice. You know what? It's on the house. I like what you're doing for the community.
Chat, there's no fucking way that just worked.
The method is real.
I found some girl's backpack. Let's see inside. Fuck is this? Bro, it smells like fish. What the hell do you even use this for?
It's Paul's.
Wait, no.
What?
No, Enno, tell me she ain't put this in her.
Wash it off. Wash the sins off. This thing's seen hell, bruh.
They say fuck around and find out, but I got a PhD in poor decisions and a minor in hold my beer. Now let's get nature's booty juice.
One just jabbed me in the taint so hard I think my credit score dropped. My mossy meatball sack got lit up like the 4th of July. I was fucking wrong, boys. I thought they were honeybees. They are just assholes. One slid up my fart furnace like it was checking my ID.
Oh my god.
Fuck that. She told me she was a chick.
Fucking amazing.
Shit was bigger than mine.
Today we making biscuits and gravy right here by the fire. Ain't no better way to start the day than a hot biscuit smothered in sausage gravy. First thing, get your sausage going in a hot skillet. Let that grease work its magic. While that's cooking, let's get our biscuits started. Drop them in real gentle, real close. Let the heat puff them up. Keep all that sausage grease. Add butter, a bit of flour, and stir. Pour in your milk real slow, cut the heat. Stir till it's thick. Now once that gravy's thick, and hit it with some salt, pepper, and just a splash of Worcestershire. Comment down below what y'all want to see me cook up next.
Not gonna lie, that looks
Today
fucking
we
good.
making biscuits and gravy.
Yo, found this hot sauce called Death. Let's see what's up.
Oh no.
Last one.
Not even. Uh-oh. I drank the whole creek.
What,
Still
are
burning.
they the last
If I
just
don't
of the
make it,
Bigfoot ones?
tell the
or-
others.
Last
Don't
of the
trust
memes.
anything named Death.
What is the difference between a grenade and a woman? I don't know. Nothing. Once you pull off the ring, they both take half of the house.
So, she just said her name used to be Kyle. I respect it, just wasn't ready to meet the extra fork on the first date.
Just got to third base. Turns out it was bigger than mine. Fuck that. I'm out.
I ain't even mad she had one. I'm mad it had veins. Bro, it winked at me.
Fucking love it.
Oh
Just
my
make sure you
God.
pop across and freaking subscribe to that shit. Absolutely fucking fantastic. I love them. I can just watch them all fucking day, which I pretty much do on a regular basis. So
It's basically all you do.
It's
Yeah, like all of those Sasquatch ones were all Tombi's meme contributions.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Literally.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, we're going to move on to the final bit of this show where we just go around the room and see what we're up to, where we're going to be, what we're going to be doing, and all that good stuff. So, as always, let's start. And Jack, how you doing?
Hello.
Where you going
I'm
to be?
Jack
What are you going to be
Tarlad.
doing?
Yeah, I'm Jack Tarlad. You can find me on all my socials at Jack Tarlad. I'm currently looking after my folks' dog, so there's no streams from me this week, apart from this one. But I don't have my usual setup, so I can't do read and roll tomorrow. So yeah, no streams from me this week, but following week we'll be back again and doing things and the stuff. But come and follow me on Twitter and YouTube and Rumble and all the places and do the thing. Has La Cosa.
Thank you very much indeed, sir. Always a pleasure to have you on. Always a pleasure. Hanayama.
I mean, what am I going to be doing as soon as we are done here? I got a Warframe update to play, and that will basically be consumed until the heat death of the universe. Saturday, obviously, more Anime After Dark, another double feature, because we got catching up to do. So more Country Bumpkin and more Lazarus. And next week, back here. And in the meantime, we have some games to play. Or rather, I have a game to play. So it's the one that works.
Yes.
Indeed.
Cool. Well, thank you very much indeed. Squishy Banana's just joined us as well. How you doing? How you doing? And then we're over to Ball. Hadouken.
Yeah, check me out at Paul Hadouken. Tomorrow's Thursday, so I'm playing not Warframe. He's playing Warframe. I'm playing Elden Ring. And then over on the Company Boys channel, we are getting ready to start Baldur's Gate 3 co-op streams.
Nice.
It's yeah, my first time playing. It's gonna be hectic and gay and grand. So yeah, check out the Company Boys. Check out my channel.
Let's see how many times Insidious wants to skip a cutscene.
No, I don't. He likes good cutscenes. He doesn't like bad cutscenes.
No, that man has no patience, and you cannot tell me otherwise.
sure.
I've seen you stream. That man has no patience for shit.
He'll watch the Baldur's Gate 3 cutscenes. That's for sure.
Yeah, let's see how many.
Otherwise,
Let's
I
see
won't
how
know.
long.
Yeah, for how long? Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah, thanks. And then I always forget to shout out to the pub on
Saturday?
Friday night, Saturday late Friday,
Well,
early
for
Saturday
you,
morning.
it's late Friday.
That's right. It's actually still technically Saturday for me because it's 1 a.m. So
Mm.
Saturday
Mhm.
early morning, 1 a.m. Central Time, Beelzepub, and then back here on Wednesday for the Hump Day.
Happy days.
Love
Thank you,
y'all.
Thank you.
Go fuck
Enjoy,
yourself.
enjoy your
Go fuck all
pickles.
yourselves.
Enjoy your pickles.
I will not.
Yes.
And the wasabi sauce.
Nasty.
Abe!
Nasty bitch.
Do you know what, Abe? Actually, we need to update this because this only mentions your ex. We now need to start plugging your Rumble.
Yay!
Yes.
Let me just edit it.
Rumble that ass.
I'm almost halfway through to my hours already.
Nice.
Damn, dude.
And I've done that today.
That's great.
Easy.
Awesome. You've been
Yes.
busy.
I'm going to be even busier. Because I'm going to be on Beelzehub's channel in less than 4 hours for the next episode of Make Me a Sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to make me a sandwich? Oh, yeah.
Oh, sweet. It's updated.
Yeah, I've just done it.
Sweet.
I don't fucking hang around. Fucking hell.
Thursday. Oh, yeah. We've got Team Play Thursday. We're going to be doing Party Animals, yes?
Yes.
Yay! Okay, good.
Yeah, okay. What, about 8 p.m.?
8 p.m. UK time, 1500 Eastern Standard or Eastern Daylight Time, 1400 Central
Sweet.
Daylight Time. I talk in
Friday.
freedom units now.
That's gay. I'm going to speak exclusively in real time now. Friday, British time, real time, because we invented time. You're welcome. 11 p.m. on Friday, I'm going to be over on Rockefeller Plaza's channel. Then 4:30 a.m., I'm going to be on Samuel the Infamous's channel again. Then 7 a.m. on Saturday, I'm going to be over on Beelzehub or Beelzepub. Then if we're going to be doing Anime After Dark with our usual time, then are we still sticking to 10 p.m.?
I'm going to bring it up in a second, but no Anime After Dark this weekend.
What?
I'll explain in a second.
What?
Give it a second.
Okay.
You've got the night off. We'll fucking do 4 episodes next week.
Oh, fuck it. Yeah, I mean, that was the plan anyway.
No, as in 4 episodes of each.
Oh, fuck yeah, even better.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Get some popcorn, motherfuckers.
First, you had my curiosity. Now you got my attention.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, after that, then I guess from 11 p.m. onwards on Saturday night, you'll catch me over on Samuel the Infamous's channel again.
You're fucking busier than me these days. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm actually going to have to start keeping a schedule because I'm forgetting all of the shit I'm on. I'm sure I'm on something else as well.
Holy shit.
Well, I'll stick to the ones that I know I'm definitely on. So it'll be Team Play Tuesday for sure after that.
Yep.
I'm sure I've got some other shit in between those days.
Oh, fuck.
17
hours later.
Yeah, right.
Then I'll probably. Oh, that's it. Yeah, I'm on the Full Aussie podcast as well.
Yes.
And then on the Wednesday. On the Wednesday, I'm almost there. I'm still recording episodes for a new series that I'm doing with Mr. Gregory and a few other people.
Nice.
We're doing a episode-by-episode breakdown of all of Stargate from the first episode till the end.
Fuck.
What was that? Who was that?
Sorry, I'm playing a game and I died.
Oh my god, Paul!
Damn it.
Abe's outro is so fucking long.
No, I've been playing this game. It's fun, and I just died.
Fucking hell,
Sorry.
he's just
I
completed
forgot I wasn't. Yeah, I forgot I wasn't muted.
Start from the beginning.
Jesus.
Do it over again.
Start from the beginning. Let us all know again where you're going.
You messed up the flow, Paul.
Oh,
Damn it.
fuck my ass and fucking call me Shirley. Just fucking tell me what you're doing tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Party animals. Good. Next.
Yeah, party animals and get my hours up. That'll do.
Holy shit. He's just playing video games over there. What a cunt.
Yes, he got bored.
Yanni, what are you up to?
Hi, a whole lot less. You can find me over at Yarnwitch Live, where I'm crazy and silly and play video games and occasionally craft. And you can find me tomorrow evening on Daramoose channel. But playing Baldur's Gate in the morning. Baldur's Gate is back, and then Daramoose, and then Mortuary Assistant on Friday. And it's occasionally the Amazing Husband Peanut Gallery.
The Amazing Husband's Penis Gallery.
Peanut Gallery.
No, I heard penis.
It was definitely penis.
It was penis, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Also, back to Mortuary. Good, because I have channel points saved.
Yes.
God,
Yeah, same here.
Right.
Channel points saved.
And let's hand the reins over to our esteemed guest, Nick. What you're going to be doing, where you're going to be, shout out yourself, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so my channel is the Plot Track's back. I'm like 8 subs away from 400, which is awesome. I can't thank everyone enough for subbing and watching and all that kind of stuff. But I'll be on Alec Baldwin's Fingers stream in about 15 minutes.
Shout out
on his weekly Wednesday episodes that he does.
Wanker. Fucking, he hasn't invited me, bastard.
I mean, he is
Hasn't
ABS,
invited me.
You know,
And I'm on
not above
everything.
Finger, but
damn it.
Tomorrow I will be on Roman of the Empire's channel for the first time, 8 p.m. Eastern, I believe. And after that, I'm probably going to do my own gaming stream as I have been on Thursday nights. I've been usually streaming Helldivers at about 10 p.m. Eastern. But tomorrow we're getting the new Space Marine 2 patch. The Siege Mode DLC is coming out, which is going to be awesome. I can't wait for that. That'll be a lot of fun. And Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, I have my Masculine Monday shows where we basically talk about a new movie each week, focusing on the masculinity in the movies as a thematical and archetype format. It's been a lot of fun so far. Getting a lot of good reception, and that's it. I'll have my full Ironheart video coming out hopefully maybe tonight, tomorrow, and then I will have a 28 years later video review as well.
Sounds fucking awesome. Thank you very much indeed, sir.
Thanks for
having me.
having
It's
me,
been an absolute pleasure to have you on.
Pleasure
Need
to
get
be
you
here.
Definitely on again. Right, so Nick is currently on 392 subs. Guys, the link is in chat. Here's your opportunity. Pop into one of his videos. Go do a comment. Go hit the thumbs up. Then subscribe. Make sure that subscription sticks. Because if you don't do it in that order, YouTube removes it after 24 hours. That's why we see so many people go up and then go straight back down within 24 hours. So go and check out Nick's content because it is solid.
It's retarded.
It is absolutely retarded. Now, what am I going to be doing? Let me just take this off screen. What am I going to be doing? So tomorrow we're going to play some Party Animals. Afterwards, I'll play some other games. I need to do some premiere hours before Friday evening because this weekend I'm not actually at home. I'm going to be away Friday night, Saturday, because I'm going for a tuxedo fitting. Because the daughter is getting married in less than 2 months, and the tuxedo fitting is this weekend. So I'm going to be away from home on the Friday night, on the Saturday, back on Sunday. So there probably won't be a Sunday spotlight this week, because I might move that to a more full weekly thing. But I'll keep you in the loop with it. Definitely going to be some Final Fantasy 14 in the evening. Then roll into Monday. Nothing on the Monday because that's the long-form content day. Tuesday with Team Play Tuesday. Back to Marvel Rivals if it fucking works. If it doesn't work, then I'll play June. Wednesday, back for this stuff. But for all of the memberships, subscriptions, follows, the dibdobs and donations, thank you very much indeed. It is greatly appreciated. As always, that stuff gets paid forward anyway, so we'll find some good causes and pay that forward. But chat, thank you very much indeed. It's been absolutely fantastic. What a fucking show. It's definitely our longest so far. May it long continue, and we'll see you next time. Take care of yourselves. Peace.
Bye.
Cheers, everyone.
Bye. Go.